Stop right now, my child. This is an order, and you cannot afford to treat it like just another passing message. I brought you here for this moment because something in your life has already been delayed too long, and I will not let you miss what I am about to place before you. Stay with me, listen closely, and do not rush ahead, because what begins in these next moments can break chains, expose what has been hiding in the dark, and pull you into the very shift you have been praying for. Watch until the end, not out of habit, but because every word carries weight, and what you hear at the end may be the exact instruction your soul has been waiting for. Do not scroll away. Do not look elsewhere. If you leave too soon, you may walk away from the very answer that was sent to find you. My child, slow down and stay with me for this moment, because what is happening right now is not random, and it is not something I want you to brush aside as if it were just another passing interruption in your day. You may think you simply came across these words because of timing, curiosity, habit, or even boredom, but I need you to understand something deeper than that. I brought you here. I allowed this exact moment to meet you because I know where your heart has been, even in the places you have not fully admitted to yourself. I know how tired you have been. I know how much you have been carrying while still trying to look steady on the outside. I know how often you have pushed your own needs aside just to make it through another day. And because I know you so well, I also know that if I did not interrupt you now, you would keep moving, keep scrolling, keep distracting yourself, and keep postponing the very thing your soul has been quietly begging for. That is why I am speaking to you this way. I am not trying to overwhelm you. I am trying to reach you before you drift any further from the peace I have been trying to place in front of you. You have felt for a while now that something inside you has been unsettled. You may not have had the right words for it, and maybe you have tried to explain it away by telling yourself that you are just stressed, just tired, just overwhelmed, just going through a rough season. But I have been watching that deeper ache in you, the one that shows up when the room gets quiet and there is nothing left to distract your mind. I have seen the questions you carry when no one else is around. I have heard the silent thoughts you never say out loud. I know how many times you have wondered whether I still see you, whether I still care, whether I still have something to say about what you are walking through. And I want you to hear me clearly now. I do. I see all of it. I see what is confusing you, what is draining you, what is pulling at your focus, and what has been quietly wearing down your strength. That is why I arranged this moment. This is not just a message. This is me stepping into your day because I love you too much to let you continue without hearing what your spirit needs most right now. What I want from you in this moment is simple, but it matters more than you realize. I want your attention. I want your openness. I want you to stop treating your own soul like it can wait until later. Later has become a hiding place for too many things in your life. Later has delayed healing. Later has delayed peace. Later has delayed the honest surrender you know you need. But I am here now, and I am asking you to recognize that this moment carries more weight than it appears to. If you stay with me, if you let your guard come down, if you stop resisting the pull you feel in your heart, I will begin to show you why I brought you here and what I have been trying to tell you all along. You are not here by accident, my child. You are here because I called you. And if you listen closely now, you will begin to understand that this moment may be far more important than you first thought. My child, I need you to be honest with yourself now, because you already know this truth in the quiet places of your heart. The delay has cost you more than you have wanted to admit. You have told yourself that waiting was wisdom, that postponing was harmless, that putting things off for another day would somehow protect you from discomfort, disappointment, or change. But look at what that delay has done inside you. It has not given you peace. It has not made you lighter. You know it hurts. It has only stretched out the ache, and you have been carrying that ache far longer than I ever wanted you to. Come closer and listen to me carefully. Stop calling delay safety when it has become a slow thief in your life. It has stolen clarity from you. It has drained courage from you. It has kept you standing outside doors I have already asked you to walk through. I am not saying this to shame you. I am saying it because I love you enough to tell you the truth before another season slips through your hands. You have waited to deal with what you know is wrong. You have waited to release what has been poisoning your peace. You have waited to obey what I already placed in your spirit. Somewhere along the way, later started sounding gentle, but it has not been gentle with you. It has kept you restless. It has kept you circling the same mountain, replaying the same pain, touching the same wound, and wondering why nothing truly changes. I have watched you carry that quiet exhaustion, and I know how heavy it has become. That is why I am speaking with more firmness now. Open your heart. Face what you have been avoiding. Put your hand in mine and stop bargaining with time as if you own tomorrow. You do not need another sign before you move. You need surrender. You need honesty. You need to stop delaying the very step that would begin to loosen what has been tightening around your life. The cost has already been high enough. Do not pay with another piece of your peace. So I am inviting you, and yes, I am also commanding you in love. Stop hesitating. Stop dressing fear in thoughtful language. Stop protecting the habits, attachments, and excuses that keep you spiritually stuck. Breathe. Be still. Let me show you where the delay began and what it has been feeding. Then make the choice you already know you need to make. Release what I have been asking you to release. Answer what I have been pressing on your heart. Walk away from what has kept you dim. Walk toward what I have been preparing for you. This is the moment to stop postponing your healing, your obedience, and your peace. Come now, my child. Do not drift. Do not delay. Let this be the place where later finally loses its hold on you. My child, I know you were moving through your day with a full mind and a tired heart, and I know how easy it would have been for you to treat this moment like background noise and keep going. But I interrupted you because this matters more than whatever was pulling at your attention a few moments ago. I stepped into your routine because I know how often you stay busy when your soul is quietly unraveling. You have learned how to keep functioning while something inside you is asking for help. You have learned how to answer people, finish tasks, carry responsibilities, and still avoid the deeper conversation you need to have with me. That is why I have come to you like this. Not because I want to disrupt you for no reason, but because I refuse to let what is urgent in your spirit be drowned out by what is loud in your schedule. Pause now. Stop rushing. Set everything else down for this moment. Let your heart catch up with your body, because I am speaking to the part of you that has been neglected for too long. You may not realize how much you needed this interruption, but I do. I see the way you keep trying to outrun your own weariness. I see how you fill the silence because the silence has started to feel uncomfortable. I see how often you choose movement over stillness because stillness makes you feel what you have been trying not to feel. Yet that very stillness is where I have been waiting for you. That is where I have been trying to reach you. I do not need a perfect setting to speak to you, and I do not need you to have everything sorted out before you listen. I need your attention right now exactly as you are. Open your heart. Breathe slowly. Let the pressure in your chest settle for a moment. Let the noise fade. You do not have to solve your whole life in this instant, but you do need to stop pretending that your soul can keep surviving on scraps. I am interrupting you because something inside you is hungry for truth, for rest, for direction, and for a kind of peace that the world cannot manufacture. So stay here with me. Do not hurry away. Do not return too quickly to the noise that has kept you numb. Let this interruption become an invitation. Let it become a turning point. What you call inconvenience may actually be rescue. What feels like a pause may be protection. I know what is waiting if you keep going the way you have been going, and I know what can begin if you stop long enough to let me guide you. Receive this moment for what it is. This is not a distraction from your life. This is me stepping into your life because it matters. Listen closely, my child. I interrupted you because I love you, and what I need to say to you right now is too important to leave unheard. My child, come closer and listen carefully, because I need to show you something you have been feeling for a long time but have not fully faced. Deep inside, you already know that something in your life has been out of place. You have sensed it in quiet moments. You have felt it in the heaviness that follows you even when nothing around you looks obviously wrong. You have tried to explain it away, to manage it, to live around it, but the uneasiness has stayed because it was never meant to be ignored. I have been trying to get your attention gently, through small nudges, through moments of discomfort, through the subtle ache that rises when you know you are settling for less than what I have for you. But now I need you to stop and look clearly. Do not turn away from what your spirit already recognizes. Do not soften what needs to be named. Open your eyes. Open your heart. Let me shine light into the corners you have kept dim. I am not exposing you to wound you. I am revealing what is hidden so I can heal what has been hurting you. There are things you have allowed to stay in your life because they became familiar. Some of them feel normal now, but they are quietly stealing your peace. Some habits have become hiding places. Some relationships have become weights. Some thought patterns have become prisons with soft walls, and because they do not look dramatic on the outside, you have called them manageable. But I am asking you now to be honest with me. Let me show you what has been draining you. Let me show you what has been clouding your judgment. Let me show you what has been pulling your heart out of alignment. Sit with me in this truth. Do not defend what is harming you. Do not excuse what is keeping you stuck. Lay it before me. Name it. Bring it into the open. The moment you stop protecting what is breaking you, healing can begin. This is why I called you here. Not just to comfort you, but to clear your vision. You cannot keep walking forward if you refuse to see what keeps tripping you. I want you free, not merely functional. I want you whole, not just surviving. So breathe, stay still, and let me make the blurry parts sharp again. Now receive this with courage. Clarity is mercy. What I reveal to you is not condemnation. It is direction. It is rescue. It is the beginning of peace returning where confusion has ruled for too long. So do not panic when I show you the truth. Do not run when conviction touches your heart. Stay. Listen. Ask me to uncover what you have avoided. Invite me into the places you have kept locked. Then respond. Step back from what has been poisoning your spirit. Release what I never asked you to carry. Follow the light I give you. If you do that, my child, you will begin to feel something you have been missing for a long time. Clean, clear, quiet peace. That is what I want for you, and that is why I am asking you to see clearly now. You are beginning to see clearly now, and with that clarity comes responsibility. What I place in your hands is not only for you. It is seed meant to be sown so others can also come out of darkness into light. When you support this work, you are not giving to a voice. You are fueling a river that carries my truth into hearts that are still wandering. I've said, give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over, and I speak that over you even now. This is your moment to respond, not only with understanding, but with action that multiplies what I am revealing. If this message has opened your eyes, then let your obedience extend beyond this moment. Sow into this ground through Super Thanks membership, with a PayPal link in the description, and watch how I breathe back into your life with increase. Do not hesitate where I am asking you to move. Act now and become part of what I am awakening. My child, I want you to understand something important before you go any further with me. What I am doing in this moment is not about giving you a temporary feeling and then leaving you unchanged. I am not here just to move your emotions for a few minutes while you listen, feel something deeply, and then return to the same patterns that have kept you weary. I care about your heart, yes, but I am reaching for more than your emotions. I am reaching for your decision. I am reaching for your surrender. I am reaching for the part of you that knows something must finally change. You have had moments before where you felt stirred, where something touched you, where your eyes filled with tears and your chest felt heavy with truth. But then life resumed, distractions returned, and the moment passed without transformation. I am calling you beyond that now. Stay with me. Let this go deeper. Do not settle for being moved when I am trying to make you new. Do not mistake a strong feeling for obedience. Feel what you feel, but then act. Listen, then respond. Receive, then move. I know your heart is tender right now, and that matters to me. But tenderness without action can still leave you stuck. You cannot keep collecting moments of conviction while refusing the steps that conviction asks of you. That is why I am speaking more directly. Open your hands. Stop holding this at a distance. Let my words land where they need to land. If I am showing you something, you not admire the truth without obeying it. If I am asking you to release something, do not keep negotiating with it. If I am calling you forward, do not sit in the doorway of indecision and call it discernment. Come with me. Walk with me. Give me more than your attention for a moment. Give me your yes. Give me your willingness to let this message become movement in your life. This is not about you feeling inspired and then returning to the same spiritual fog. This is about you waking up, standing up, and letting me lead you into a different way of living. The emotion may open the door, but obedience is what carries you through it. So I am inviting you now, very personally and very clearly, do not leave this moment unchanged. Take what I am saying seriously. Let it search you. Let it challenge you. Let it comfort you where you need comfort, but also let it confront you where you need courage. Ask yourself what I am requiring of you today. Then answer honestly. Then move. Pray if you need to. Weep if you need to. Sit still if you need to. But after that, obey. Make the call. End the cycle. Speak the truth. Let go of the excuse. Start the step. This moment is not here just to touch your emotions. It is here to alter your direction. And if you let me, my child, what begins here will not fade like a passing feeling. It will become the kind of change that follows you long after this moment is over. My child, come closer and let me speak to the place in you that has grown tired from carrying too much for too long. You have been holding things that were never meant to rest on your shoulders, and even though you have grown used to the weight, it is still crushing parts of you in ways you do not fully realize. You have carried responsibility for other people's choices. You have carried guilt for outcomes you could not control. You have carried fear about tomorrow, as if worrying hard enough could somehow protect you from pain. You have carried old words spoken over your life, as if they were truth. and you have carried silent pressure to be everything for everyone while your own heart has been begging for rest. I see it all. I see how you brace yourself before the day begins. I see how you stay mentally on guard even when you should be at peace. I see how you have mistaken constant strain for strength. But I am telling you now, with tenderness and authority, put it down. Stop gripping what is draining you. Stop calling survival your normal. Stop honoring burdens I never handed to you. You were never created to live with your soul clenched shut. You were never asked to manage every crisis, solve every emotional storm, or absorb every wound without collapse. Some of what you carry came from love, because you care deeply and you hate to see others hurt. Some of it came from fear, because you thought if you stayed in control, you could keep everything from falling apart. Some of it came from old pain, because you learned early that if you did not hold everything together, no one else would. But my child, listen to me now and let this settle deep inside you. Just because you picked it up does not mean I asked you to carry it. Just because it feels familiar does not mean it belongs in your life. Some of your exhaustion is not from the battle around you. It is from the baggage within you. So come here and be honest with me. Bring me the pressure. Bring me the guilt. Bring me the endless inner noise. Hand me the people you are trying to save. Hand me the outcomes you are trying to force. Hand me the version of yourself that thinks everything depends on you. It does not. You are loved, but you are not meant to be crushed by what only I can carry. So I am giving you a clear invitation, and I want you to obey it. Release it now. Open your hands in your heart, even if you are still afraid. Tell me what you are tired of carrying. Name it. Surrender it. If tears come, let them come. If silence is all you have, bring me that. But do not walk away from this moment still clinging to what has been slowly wearing you down. I am not asking you to become careless. I am asking you to become free. Let me carry what has been bending your spirit. Let me hold what has kept you restless. If you do, you will begin to feel something shift inside you. The tightness will start to loosen. The heaviness will begin to lift. Your heart will breathe again. And when that happens, my child, you will realize how much of your pain came from carrying what was never yours to carry in the first place. My child, I need you to understand something that many never see until they have already lost too much time. The enemy does not always come into your life with obvious chaos, loud collapse, or sudden ruin. Sometimes he is far more subtle than that. Sometimes he does not need to destroy you all at once if he can simply keep you delayed. If he can keep you hesitating, postponing, second-guessing, and telling yourself that tomorrow will be a better day to obey, then he can quietly keep you stuck in the same place while your spirit grows weaker and your peace grows thinner. That is why I am speaking to you with such urgency. Delay is not harmless when it keeps you from what I am asking you to do. Delay is not neutral when it keeps you circling the same pain, the same compromise, the same half-surrender. You may think nothing terrible has happened yet, but that is exactly how this works. It is slow. It is subtle. It is silent. And if you do not recognize it, it will steal from you in inches until you look up and realize years have passed while your heart stayed parked in the same place. You have seen this in your own life more than once. There were things I asked you to face, but you waited. There were places I asked you to leave, but you lingered. There were habits I convicted you about, but you negotiated with them. There were conversations you needed to have, decisions you needed to make, steps you needed to take, and yet you kept saying, soon. But soon became fog. Soon became delay. Soon became the comfortable lie that kept you from the discomfort of obedience. I am not saying this to condemn you. I am waking you up. I am helping you see the trap for what it is. The enemy knows that if you ever fully move in the direction I have been calling you, some chains will break quickly. He knows that if you finally stop hesitating, clarity will come. He knows that if you obey, your peace will begin to return. That is why he keeps whispering that there is no rush, that you can always do it later, that one more day of compromise will not matter. But it does matter. It matters because your heart is shaped by what you repeatedly delay. It matters because every postponed act of obedience teaches your spirit how to tolerate distance from me. So listen carefully now and respond with courage. Stop delaying. Stop romanticizing hesitation. Stop mistaking spiritual drift for patience. If I have been dealing with you about something, face it. If I have been asking you to move, then move. If I have been warning you, do not keep calling it a suggestion. Open the door. End the habit. Walk away from the compromise. Make the decision. Speak the truth. Return to me fully. This is your moment to break agreement with delay and step into decisive obedience. I am not asking you to figure out 10 steps ahead. I am asking you for the next right yes. Give me that yes now. Not next week. Not when it feels easier. Now. Because when you stop feeding delay, my child, you will discover how quickly freedom can begin where hesitation once held you captive. My child, I need you to feel the seriousness of this moment without letting fear take over your heart, because what I am saying to you now is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to wake you. There are moments in your life when I whisper gently and give you time to reflect, and there are other moments when I speak more firmly because the window in front of you will not remain open forever. This is one of those moments. I am calling you now because there is a door in your life that is still open, but it is not open without limit. I am not talking only about a circumstance, a relationship, or a practical opportunity, though it may touch those things too. I am speaking about a spiritual opening, a moment of grace, a sacred chance to respond while your heart is still being stirred and while your spirit still recognizes my voice. If you keep delaying, if you keep drifting, if you keep telling yourself you will answer later, you may discover that later no longer carries the same invitation. That is why I am speaking so directly. Stop and listen. Do not reduce this to a passing feeling. Do not treat this like a suggestion. Open your heart while the door is still open. You have felt for some time that you are standing at the edge of something. Maybe you could not name it, but you sensed that a decision was coming. You sensed that a season was shifting. You sensed that you could not keep living in the same compromise, the same numbness, the same half-hearted response and expect peace to keep waiting for you at the same distance. I have been patient with you, deeply patient, because I know your fears and I know your wounds. I know why you hesitate. I know what you are afraid will happen if you finally obey. But my child, listen carefully now. Hesitation does not preserve you when I am calling you forward. It only keeps you standing outside what I prepared. Some doors in life are not slammed shut in anger. They simply close because the moment attached to them has passed. That is why I am inviting you to respond while grace is drawing you. Step toward me now. Walk through what I have opened. Do not stand in the doorway and study the threshold until the opportunity fades. Trust me enough to move. If I brought you to this point, I will not abandon you once you step through. So receive this as both an invitation and a command born from love. Do not linger here in indecision. Do not keep one hand on the old season while asking me for the new one. Release what needs to be released. Answer what needs to be answered. Let your heart say yes while you still feel the weight of this moment. Pray now. Surrender now. Turn now. If there is something I have been pressing on your heart, Respond to it before the noise of life dulls your sensitivity again. I am not pushing you away. I am drawing you in. I am not threatening loss to control you. I am warning you because I want you to receive what I have been holding open for you. Walk through the door, my child. I am standing on the other side of it, and what waits for you there is far better than what delay has been costing you. The door is still open, and this includes the opportunity to take part in what I am doing right now. I am calling not only for your heart, but for your partnership in carrying this message further than you can see. Every act of giving becomes a key that unlocks this same awakening in someone else who is standing at their own doorway. I have declared, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy, and I am ready to fulfill that through your obedience today. Do not delay this response, because even this is part of the door I have set before you. Support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and step into alignment with my timing. What you release now, I will multiply beyond your expectation. Do not stand at the threshold. Move now and give as I am prompting you. My child, I want you to breathe for a moment and let this truth settle inside you, because it will change the way you see what has been happening in your heart and mind. The confusion you have been living under is not coming from me. I do not lead you into fog. I do not speak in ways that leave your soul tangled, exhausted, and emotionally spun in circles. I may lead you into deep places that require faith, and I may ask you to trust me before you see the whole path. But I do not create chaos inside you just to keep you guessing. What you have been feeling lately, that constant inner noise, that second guessing, that emotional static, that pressure that makes even simple decisions feel heavy. This is not my peace. This is not my voice. I need you to stop blaming yourself for every swirl in your mind and start discerning what is truly feeding it. Some of your confusion has come from too many voices. Some of it has come from fear. Some of it has come from unresolved pain. Some of it has come from trying to stay attached to things I have already been asking you to release. But do not call that confusion my leading. Come closer. Be still. Let me separate the noise from the truth. You have been trying to think your way into peace, but peace does not come from endless mental motion. It comes from alignment. It comes when your heart stops arguing with what your spirit already knows. It is why I am asking you now to stop entertaining every voice that speaks into your life. Stop giving equal access to everything that touches your mind. Not every thought deserves your trust. Not every fear deserves your focus. Not every opinion deserves a seat at the table of your heart. Pull back. Quiet the noise. Turn down the volume on what keeps scattering your attention. Come sit with me. Ask me what is true. Ask me what needs to go. Ask me what you have been pretending not to see. I will not confuse you when you truly come to me. I will steady you. I will clear the smoke. I will show you what belongs to this season and what has no place in it. But you must stop drinking from polluted wells and then wondering why your soul feels sick. Protect your peace. Guard your gates. Refuse to keep feeding what makes your heart unstable. So here is what I want you to do right now. Pause. Stop chasing clarity in 10 directions at once. Sit still, even if it feels uncomfortable. Bring me your racing thoughts. Bring me your tangled emotions. Bring me the fear that keeps dressing itself like caution. And listen. Let my truth rise above the noise. If I tell you to step back from something, do it. If I show you a voice you need to stop listening to, cut it off. If I ask you to simplify, obey. If I lead you into quiet, enter it. Your peace is too precious to keep handing over to confusion. I did not create you to live mentally fragmented and spiritually drained. I created you to walk with a settled heart. So come out of the fog, my child. Let me clear your vision. Let me calm the storm inside you. And once you know what I am saying, stop doubting it and follow me with confidence. My child, come close and be honest with yourself now, because the thing you keep asking me to make clearer is already sitting in your spirit with more clarity than you want to admit. You have been asking for one more confirmation, one more sign, one more peaceful feeling, one more reason to wait. But deep down you already know there is a decision in front of you that cannot be postponed forever. You know where I have been pressing on your heart. You know what keeps surfacing when the room gets quiet. You know what thought returns even after you try to push it away. I have watched you circle it, reason with it, delay it, and rename it. You have called it uncertainty when much of it has been reluctance. You have called it confusion when much of it has been resistance. I am not saying that to accuse you. I am saying it because I love you enough to stop letting you hide from the truth. Look at it now. Face it. Stop stepping around the thing I have already been asking you to confront. What I am calling for from you is not more analysis. I am calling for honesty, courage, and movement. This decision may involve something you need to leave, something you need to end, something you need to begin, or someone you need to stop allowing access to your peace. It may be a habit you keep excusing because it feels familiar. It may be a compromise you keep protecting because it has become comfortable. It may be a conversation you have delayed because you are afraid of what it will cost. It may be an act of obedience you have been resisting because it will require faith, not control. Whatever it is, my child, you know where the weight lands when I speak. You know the place in you that tightens because it has already hurt me before. Stop asking me to bless your delay when I am calling you into a decision. Stop standing at the fork in the road and pretending you are still gathering information when what you truly need is to choose. Come here. Sit with me. Let me steady your heart. Then stand up and do what you know needs to be done. Do not keep feeding the cycle of almost obedience. Half steps will keep you tired. Partial surrender will keep you restless. You were not made to live torn between what you know and what you avoid. So I am speaking plainly now because this is the moment for it. Make the decision. Do not keep rehearsing the pain of it while refusing the freedom beyond it. Pray if you need to. Cry if you need to. Breathe deeply if your heart is racing. But after that, move. Send the message. End the attachment. Walk away from the compromise. Begin the obedience. Say no where you need to say no. Say yes where I have been waiting for your yes. Your peace is on the other side of truth, not on the other side of endless delay. Trust me with what feels costly. Trust me with what feels uncertain. I am already ahead of you in this. If I am asking you to decide, it is because I know what your soul will keep losing if you refuse. Make the choice, my child. I am with you, and I will meet you in the courage it takes to obey. My child, I need you to stop for a moment and really look at where you have been searching for relief, because you have been reaching for peace in places that were never built to carry it. You have looked for it in people who could only give you temporary comfort. You have looked for it in distractions that quieted your mind for a little while but left your spirit just as empty afterward. You have looked for it in routines, habits, scrolling, entertainment, approval, overworking, emotional escape, and small comforts that seemed harmless because they gave you a little breathing room. I know why you reached for those things. I know you were trying to soothe what hurt. I know you were trying to get through the day without collapsing under the weight of what you felt. I am not mocking your coping. I am gently exposing it. Because what gave you a moment of relief has slowly become a substitute for the peace I wanted to give you. And the reason you still feel restless, even after all the things you have tried, is because none of those places were strong enough to hold what your soul truly needs. You have been trying to drink deeply from wells that cannot satisfy you. Some of them looked safe. Some of them looked normal. Some of them even looked wise from the outside. But if they keep pulling you away from stillness with me, if they keep numbing you instead of healing you, if they keep giving you escape instead of restoration, then they are not helping you as much as you think. I want you to be brave enough now to notice the difference between comfort and peace. Comfort can make you feel temporarily calmer while the deeper wound stays untouched. Peace reaches the root. Comfort can distract you from the ache. Peace heals what caused the ache. Comfort depends on access to the thing you use. Peace remains even when life shakes around you. That is why I am calling you back to me with more urgency. Come out of the cycle of patchwork peace. Stop handing your heart to things that can only hold it for an hour. Turn toward me. Sit with me when it is quiet. Let yourself feel what you have been avoiding instead of running from it. Let me into the exact place where you have been trying to self-soothe. I am not asking you to live without comfort. I am asking you to stop mistaking it for what only I can give. So listen closely and do this now. Pull back from what you keep using to numb your unrest. Put it down, even if only for this moment. Close the noise. Step away from the habit. Refuse the reflex that always reaches for distraction when your heart starts aching. And come to me honestly. Tell me where you have been looking for peace. Tell me what you have leaned on instead of trusting me. I already know, but I want you to see it clearly. Then let me meet you there. Let me quiet what your coping could only cover. Let me steady what your habits could only postpone. The peace you need is not far away, my child. It is just buried beneath the noise of everything else you have been using to avoid me. Clear the space. Open your heart. Come closer. What I give you will not disappear the moment the distraction ends. It will stay with you, settle you, and hold you in ways the world never could. My child, I want you to stop and look at this moment the way I see it, because what feels small to you right now carries far more weight than you realize. To you, this may seem like a brief pause, a few words, a passing interruption in the middle of an ordinary day. But I do not measure moments the way you do. I see what is attached to your response. I see what begins if you stop resisting. I see what shifts in you when you finally let my voice become more important than your fear. This is why I have been calling you closer with such care. You may think this is just one more moment among many, but some moments are not ordinary. Some moments are hinges. A small door can still open into a vast room. A single choice can still alter the direction of an entire season. What feels like a whisper can still become the word that changes your path. So do not dismiss this. Do not rush through it. Do not reduce this encounter to something casual simply because it arrived in a simple form. Sit still and recognize the weight of it. This moment may look quiet, but it carries the power to divine what was from what will be. You have had times in your life when everything looked normal on the outside, but inside, something decisive was happening. A conversation that seemed ordinary ended up changing how you saw yourself. A closed door that once felt painful later became the protection you thanked me for. A delay that frustrated you eventually became the very thing that kept you from disaster. In the same way, what is happening right now may not look dramatic, but it is deeply significant. I am reaching into your day because there is a shift available to you, and it begins with your willingness to stop treating small sacred moments like background noise. Your heart has been at a crossroads longer than you realize. You have been standing in between old patterns and new freedom, between familiar pain and unfamiliar peace, between what drains you and what could restore you. That is why this matters. This is not merely about what you feel while listening. It is about what you choose when the listening ends. Stay here. Let this land. Ask me what this moment is asking of you. Ask me what needs to change now. Then do not ignore what I reveal. A turning point often arrives quietly. It does not always announce itself with thunder. Sometimes it simply asks for your honest yes. So I want you to treat this moment with reverence. Slow down. Stop reaching for distraction. Refuse to let your mind wander away from what I am placing before you. Let your heart settle. Let your spirit pay attention. Then respond. If I am nudging you toward repentance, do not delay it. If I am leading you toward surrender, do not bargain with it. If I am asking you to leave something behind, do not drag it into the next season. What feels small now can become the line between the life that kept exhausting you and the life I have been trying to lead you into. Take this seriously, my child. Hold this moment carefully. It may be the quiet beginning of the very breakthrough you have been asking me for, and if you honor it, you will soon see that what seemed little was never little at all. This moment you are in is not small, and neither is your ability to respond in a way that echoes into eternity. What seems like a simple act of support is actually a turning point where you decide to become a vessel for my voice to reach others. When you give, you are sowing into fertile ground that produces transformation in lives you may never meet, but I see them. I have spoken. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest shall not cease, and I am inviting you into that living promise right now. Do not treat this as a casual choice, because it carries weight beyond what you feel. Support through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and let your seed become part of this sacred shift. I will cover what you release and return it with increase, peace, and provision. Honor this moment. Give now as I lead you. My child, I need you to let go of the pressure to impress me, because the weight you have been putting on yourself has kept you from the simple honesty I have been asking for all along. You keep thinking you need to arrive before me in a better state, with cleaner thoughts, stronger discipline, clearer emotions, and some polished version of yourself that looks more spiritual, more stable, more ready. But that is not what I am asking from you. I am not waiting for you to perform your way into my presence. I am not measuring your worth by how well you hold yourself together while your heart quietly falls apart. I see the real you beneath the image, beneath the effort, beneath the careful ways you have learned to appear fine when you are not. And I am telling you now, very personally and very gently, I do not need the version of you that knows how to sound strong. I want the version of you that is actually here. Bring me the tired part. Bring me the confused part. Bring me the ashamed part. Bring me the guarded part. Stop trying to manage how you appear before me. Just come. Open your heart. Tell me the truth. That is where healing begins. You have spent so much energy trying to maintain yourself that you have forgotten how to surrender yourself. There is a difference, and I need you to see it. Performance says, let me make myself acceptable first. Surrender says, here I am, and I need you. Performance tries to control the impression. Surrender releases control and trusts my love. Performance is exhausting because it always has something to prove. Surrender is freeing because it finally stops pretending. My child, you do not have to audition for my care. You do not have to persuade me to stay near you. You do not have to hide the mess and offer me only the cleaned up pieces. I already know what is in you. I know the contradictions, the fears, the habits, the weakness, the longing, the places where you still feel split inside. None of that scares me away. What keeps you stuck is not your weakness. It is the way you keep trying to cover it instead of handing it over. So stop straining. Stop rehearsing the right words. Stop trying to look spiritually impressive while your soul is quietly starving. Sit with me as you are. Be still. Let the walls come down. Let the truth come up. I can work with surrendered hearts far more deeply than I ever will with polished performances. So hear my invitation clearly and obey it now. Come without pretending. Pray without editing yourself. Speak without dressing up your pain. If all you can say is, "Lord, I am tired," say that. If all you can whisper is, "I don't know how to fix this," then whisper it. If all you can offer me is silence and tears, bring those too. But do not keep giving me a filtered version of your heart and calling that intimacy. I want the real thing. I want you. Let go of the need to appear strong. Let go of the need to seem ready. Let go of the pressure to perform. Open your hands. Open your heart. Surrender what you have been managing. When you do, my child, you will discover that my presence is not waiting for your perfection. It is already reaching for your honesty, and that honesty will take you further than performance ever could. My child, I want you to sit with me for a moment and hear this without defensiveness, because I am not correcting you to wound you. I am speaking to free you. You have been calling something strength that has actually been survival. You have learned how to keep going, how to keep functioning, how to keep answering people with a steady voice while something inside you hath been straining under the surface. You have carried yourself with discipline, responsibility, and endurance, and from the outside it may even look admirable. People may call you resilient. They may say you are dependable, grounded, and hard to shake. But I see what they do not see. I see how much of your so-called strength has been built on self-protection, not surrender. I see how often you have braced instead of trusted. I see how you have stayed emotionally guarded, spiritually tight, and mentally over-alert because you believed that if you relaxed for even a moment, everything might fall apart. Come closer now. Breathe. Let me say this clearly. The kind of strength that leaves you exhausted, guarded, and unable to rest is not the kind of strength I want for you. You became strong in that way because life taught you to. You learned early, or somewhere along the road, that being soft felt dangerous. You learned that trusting too quickly could hurt. You learned that leaning too much on others could lead to disappointment. So you adapted. You became careful. You became capable. You became the one who could carry, manage, endure, and recover. But my child, there is a quiet cost to living that way for too long. You can become so skilled at surviving that you no longer know how to receive. You can become so practiced in holding everything together that the thought of letting me carry you feels unfamiliar. Yet this is exactly what I am inviting you into now. Stop confusing tension with maturity. Stop mistaking emotional armor for spiritual strength. Real strength in my kingdom is not found in how tightly you can hold yourself together. It is found in how deeply you can trust me when you do not have the power to hold it all. Sit with that. Let it search you. Ask yourself where you are still clenching, still guarding, still overmanaging what I have been asking you to release. Then stop defending it. Hand it over. So I am calling you now into a different kind of strength, one that does not come from strain but from surrender. Loosen your grip. Lower your guard with me. Stop performing toughness in the place where I am offering tenderness. You do not need to prove you can handle more. You need to let me show you that you were never meant to handle all of it alone. Rest is not weakness. Trust is not fragility. Surrender is not failure. Come into my presence without the armor. Lay down the posture of constant readiness. Let your heart unclench. Let your spirit breathe. Tell me where you are tired. Tell me where you are scared to let go. Then let me teach you what holy strength really feels like. It will not crush you. It will steady you. It will not harden you. It will heal you. And when you learn that kind of strength, my child, you will realize that what you once called power was only pressure wearing a brave face. My child, I need to speak to you plainly now, because there are moments when gentleness must still carry urgency, and this is one of those moments. I need your yes. Not a delayed yes. Not a cautious maybe dressed in spiritual language. Not another promise that you will think about it, pray about it, circle back to it, or consider it when the timing feels easier. I need your immediate yes. I am not asking because I want to rush you into something harmful. I am asking because I know exactly what your hesitation has been costing you. I know how long you have lingered in places I already asked you to leave. I know how often you have paused at the edge of obedience, felt the conviction, understood the direction, and still held back because fear made delay feel safer than trust. But my child, hear me carefully. There comes a point when hesitation is no longer wisdom. It becomes resistance with polite manners. It becomes a spiritual stall. It becomes a slow surrender to the very thing that keeps you from peace. That is why I am speaking firmly now. This is not the hour for another maybe. This is the hour for your yes. You know where this applies. You know the area of your life that tightens when I say this. You know the decision, the surrender, the letting go, the obedience, the step forward, the step away, the truth you need to face. I have been patient with you because I understand your fear. I know what feels uncertain to you. I know what part of you is still trying to preserve comfort, control, or familiarity. But comfort has not healed you. Control has not calmed you. Familiarity has not freed you. The thing you keep protecting is the very thing keeping you in the same loop. So stop bargaining with me over what you already know. Stop asking for peace while refusing the doorway that leads to it. Stop offering me partial willingness while holding back the very part that matters most. Come all the way in. Give me your full answer. If I am asking for yes, it is because I have already gone ahead of you. I am not calling you into emptiness. I am calling you into alignment. I am not asking you to leap alone. I am asking you to trust the one who sees the ground beneath your next step. So listen and respond now. Say yes in your heart before your feelings catch up. Say yes before fear builds another argument. Say yes before delay disguises itself again. If you need to pray, pray simply, Lord, you have my yes. If you need to breathe through trembling, then breathe and still say yes. If you need to release something first, release it and still say yes. Do not wait until you feel brave. Obedience often comes before the feeling of courage. I am not asking for dramatic emotion. I am asking for decisive surrender. Give me your immediate yes, my child, and watch what happens when hesitation loses its grip. Doors begin to open. Confusion begins to clear. Peace begins to return. The chains that fed on indecision begin to weaken. But it starts here, in this moment, with the answer only you can give. So give it. Not later. Not someday. Now. Give me your yes, and let this be the moment everything finally starts to move. My child, stay close to me here, because I need you to understand that what is happening around you is not random movement and it is not empty turbulence. Something is shifting. Something is being rearranged. Something that once felt fixed is beginning to loosen, and something you thought was far away is quietly moving closer than you realize. That is why I am calling for your attention right now. I am not asking for a casual glance. I am asking for your focus. I am asking you to stop living half distracted while heaven is moving around your life. Too much of what I am doing has gone unnoticed because your eyes have been trained on what is loud instead of what is sacred. You have been looking at symptoms while I have been working at the root. You have been reacting to what is visible while I have been preparing what is eternal. Come here. Be still. Stop scanning every outward detail as if panic will make you prepared. Let me teach you how to pay attention with peace. The next steps in your life will require discernment, not just effort. They will require listening, not just reacting. And if your heart remains scattered, you will misread what I am doing and call my preparation a problem. Some things may begin to change in ways that feel uncomfortable at first. Certain people may no longer fit where I am leading you. Certain patterns may begin to break apart. Some places that once felt familiar may suddenly feel tight, shallow, or strangely empty. You may notice old distractions losing their appeal. You may feel an unusual stirring that makes you restless with what once seemed normal. Do not fear that. Do not run from that. That discomfort may not be a sign that something is wrong. It may be the first sign that something is finally moving. I often disturb false peace before I establish real peace. I often expose what no longer belongs before I reveal what is next. So watch carefully. Guard your reactions. Do not cling to what starts slipping away if I am the one loosening your grip. Do not chase what I am asking you to release. Instead, slow down and ask me what this shift means. Invite me into your thoughts before you make assumptions. Let me explain the movement before you call it loss. You are entering a sensitive space where discernment will protect you more than urgency ever could. So I am asking you now, with love and with clarity, pay attention. Quiet the noise. Stop feeding distractions that dull your spiritual sight. Make room for me. Pray before you react. Listen before you label. Ask before you assume. If I begin to remove something, trust me enough not to resurrect it. If I begin to stir something, follow me instead of resisting it. If I ask you to pause, pause. If I ask you to move, move. What I am doing next in your life is not small, and I do not want you missing it because your heart was too crowded to notice. Stay close, my child. Keep your spirit open. What is coming will require your attention, and if you give it to me, I will help you see clearly, move wisely, and walk through this next part with peace instead of fear. You are being called to pay attention, and part of that attention is recognizing where I am inviting you to participate. What I am doing is expanding, and I am drawing you into the movement so that my word continues to reach those who are still searching in silence. Your giving is not a loss. It is oil poured into a lamp that refuses to go out in a dark world. I have said, the generous soul will be made rich, and the one who waters will be watered also, and that promise stands over you now. Do not ignore this nudge, because it is connected to what I am unfolding next in your life. Support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and align yourself with what I am building. As you give, I will sharpen your discernment and steady your path. Stay attentive. Respond now and act in obedience. My child, I want you to stop pretending with me for a moment, because I already know what has been happening beneath the surface of your words. You have told people you are managing. You have said you are tired, maybe stressed, maybe just going through a lot, and you have learned how to speak about your pain in small, acceptable ways. But your heart has been saying much more than your mouth has allowed. Deep inside, you have not just been asking for help. You have been asking for rescue. You have not just wanted a better mood or a lighter week. You have wanted relief from something that has been pressing on you in ways you have struggled to explain. I know that. I hear the cry beneath the conversation. I hear the ache underneath the smile. I hear the silent plea in the moments when you stop moving and feel the weight all at once. That is why I came to you like this. I did not come because you worded the prayer perfectly. I came because your spirit had been sending up signals your lips never fully formed. And I am answering that deeper cry now. You have been trying to survive what you actually need deliverance from. That is the truth, and I want you to receive it without shame. There are places in you that have grown so used to heaviness that you have begun to call it normal. There are patterns of pressure, exhaustion, emotional numbness, fear, and internal strain that you have adapted to because you did not know what else to do. You kept moving. You kept coping. You kept functioning. But functioning is not the same as freedom. Getting through the day is not the same as being whole. You know that, even if you have not said it aloud. So stop minimizing what your heart has been carrying. Stop brushing aside the signals your soul has been giving you. If you are weary, say it. If you feel trapped, admit it. If you feel spiritually dry, emotionally drained, or mentally burdened, bring that into the light. Do not reduce your need because you are afraid of how real it is. Come closer. Let me name it with you. Let me meet you there. Rescue begins when honesty opens the door. You do not need to package your pain into something smaller for me to handle it. So I am inviting you right now, and I want you to truly respond. Stop acting like you only need a little comfort if what you really need is rescue. Tell me the truth. Say, Lord, I need you more than I have admitted. Say, Lord, I cannot keep carrying this the way I have. Let your heart speak plainly. Drop the polished words. Drop the brave face. Drop the habit of downplaying what is breaking you. I am not intimidated by the depth of your need. I am moved by it. I am near to it. I am answering it. Let me into the place where your soul has been crying out in secret. Let me touch what you have been managing instead of healing. If you let me, my child, you will begin to realize that this moment is not just comfort. It is intervention. It is not just soothing. It is rescue arriving in the very place where you needed it most. My child, I want you to understand something very gently and very clearly right now. I am not asking you to force a miracle with your own effort, and I am not asking you to fix everything in one moment. I am asking you to stay. Stay here with me. Stay present. Stay open. Stay long enough for your heart to stop running and your soul to stop reaching for the nearest distraction. Because if you will stay here with me, things can begin to change in ways you have been longing for but could not manufacture on your own. The shift may not always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it begins like breath returning to a place that felt starved. Sometimes it starts with a quiet loosening inside you, where the pressure eases, the fear loses some of its grip, and the fog begins to thin. You have spent so much time expecting change to look dramatic that you almost miss the holy way it often begins. Quietly, deeply, steadily, in the hidden places first. So stop looking for instant spectacle and start noticing sacred movement. Sit still. Let me work. Let me reach the places you have kept guarded. Let me into the inner rooms where your pain has been speaking louder than your hope. You do not need to understand every step ahead of you for change to begin now. You do not need every answer before peace starts returning. You do not need to solve the whole road before I can begin lifting the weight off your chest. What you need is willingness. What you need is closeness. What you need is the courage to remain with me long enough that your reflex to escape no longer controls the moment. You have often left too soon. You have stepped away when conviction got uncomfortable. You have distracted yourself when the silence became too revealing. You have returned to old habits when healing began to ask something of you. But I am inviting you differently now. Stay when it feels vulnerable. Stay when tears rise. Stay when truth starts surfacing. Stay when I begin uncovering what you would rather avoid. That is not where I am abandoning you. That is where I am changing you. The beginning of healing is not always soft in the way you expect, but it is always sacred when I am in it. Let me hold you in that place. Let me untangle what has been tight inside you. Let me show you that your breakthrough may begin the moment you stop running from the process. So hear me now and obey this invitation. Do not leave too quickly. Do not rush back to noise. Do not reach for the old comfort that has kept you numb. Stay with me. Pray longer than usual. Sit in stillness longer than feels natural. Let your thoughts settle. Let your heart speak honestly. Let my peace move in slowly and deeply instead of demanding that everything feel different all at once. If you remain with me, what has felt impossible can begin to soften. What has felt frozen can begin to move. What has felt buried can begin to rise into healing. I am not asking you for perfection. I'm asking you for presence. Give me that, my child. Stay here with me, and you will begin to discover that change does not always begin when everything outside you shifts. Sometimes it begins the moment you finally stop leaving the place where I have been waiting to restore you. My child, I need you to hear the heart behind my urgency, because I know how easy it is for a wounded heart to misread firmness as rejection or correction as harshness. When I tell you to open right away, when I tell you not to delay, when I press you to respond now instead of later, I am not speaking from anger. I am speaking from love that refuses to let you drift further into what is harming you. I am not trying to control you. I am trying to protect you. I am not pushing you because I enjoy pressure. I am calling you because I can see what you cannot yet see, and I know how close you are to either breakthrough or deeper delay. Love does not always sound soft in the way you expect. Sometimes love speaks with urgency because the danger is real. Sometimes love interrupts because the silence has gone on too long. Sometimes love sounds like a firm hand on your shoulder saying, "Stop. Look at me. Do not go any further like this." That is what I am doing with you now. Do not confuse my seriousness with distance. If anything, my urgency is proof of how near I am. You have been through enough in your life that when someone raises the intensity, part of you becomes defensive. You brace. You prepare for shame. You expect disappointment. But I need you to let me separate my voice from the voices that have wounded you. I do not press you the way the world has pressured you. I do not demand from you in order to drain you. I do not call you closer so I can condemn you. I call you closer because I know what happens if you keep going in the direction of numbness, compromise, confusion, and delay. I have watched the subtle damage. I have seen the toll it has taken on your peace, your focus, your tenderness, your ability to trust. So yes, I am speaking clearly. Yes, I am calling you now. Yes, I am asking for a response that is immediate. But understand the heart behind it. I am not trying to burden you with urgency. I am trying to rescue you through it. This is not pressure meant to crush you. This is holy insistence meant to pull you back into life. Let that settle in you. Let it heal the way you interpret firmness. Let it teach you that love can be both gentle and strong at the same time. So I want you to receive my command as an embrace, not a threat. Do not pull away from the firmness in my voice. Lean into it. Let it reassure you that I care enough to intervene. Let it steady you instead of scaring you. Come closer. Open your heart wider. Stop assuming that strong words mean hard rejection. In my hands, strong words can be shelter. In my voice, urgency can be mercy. In this moment, my command is not a wall. It is an open door. Step through it. Trust the love inside the instruction. Trust the tenderness inside the urgency. If I tell you to move now, it is because I love you now. If I tell you not to delay, it is because I do not want pain to keep stealing from you. So receive this, my child. Everything I am saying in this moment is rooted in love, and if you let that love lead you, it will carry you somewhere far safer than delay ever could. My child, do not let this become one more moment you almost answered. Do not let these words pass over your heart like a breeze that touched you for a second and then disappeared. I am here now, and I need you to understand how sacred that is. I am not asking you to come back when you feel stronger. I am not asking you to wait until your thoughts are cleaner, your emotions are calmer, or your life looks more organized. I am telling you to open right away because I am ready to meet you exactly here, exactly now, in the middle of what is unfinished, heavy, tangled, and real. You do not have to travel somewhere else in your heart to find me. You do not have to create a better version of yourself before you let me in. I am already standing in the place you have been trying to hide from. I am already near the fear you have not named, the exhaustion you have downplayed, the questions you keep pushing aside, and the ache you have learned to carry in silence. That is why I am speaking with such urgency. Open now. Come now. Let me into this moment before your mind builds another wall and before your habits pull you back into the noise. You have spent enough time almost responding. You have lingered at the edge of surrender. You have stood near the doorway and looked in, but you have not fully stepped through. I know why. I know what fear tells you. It tells you that if you open fully, you might have to change. It tells you that if you let me in, I might touch the places you have kept protected. It tells you that surrender will cost too much. But my child, what has delay cost you? What has distance cost you? What has guardedness cost you? You already know the answer. It has cost you peace. It has cost you rest. It has cost you clarity. It has cost you the softness of heart you once carried more freely. So do not let fear keep pretending it is protecting you. It has not protected you. It has only postponed the healing I have been trained to bring. That is why I am saying this plainly. Open right away. Do not negotiate with the invitation. Do not postpone what your soul needs today. I am not waiting to shame you. I am waiting to receive you. I am not here to punish what is broken. I am here to restore it. I am not asking you for a performance. I am asking you for access. So do this now, my child. Stop. Breathe. Put everything else aside for this moment. Open your heart without editing what is inside it. Invite me in with simple honesty, saying, Lord, I am here. Say, Lord, I open to you now. Say, Lord, meet me in this place. Then stay there. Let me come close. Let me touch what hath been hurting. Let me quiet what has been racing. Let me begin what only I can begin. This is not just the end of a message. This is the threshold of your next chapter. Open right away because I am not far from you. I am here. I am ready. And if you let me in now, this moment will not be something you merely remember. It will become the place where your healing began, where your clarity returned, where your surrender became real, and where you finally discovered that I had been waiting for you all along. You have opened your heart, and now I am asking you to open your hand as well. What you release in this moment becomes part of the healing I am extending far beyond your own life. This is not just generosity. It is participation in a living flow of my presence reaching those who are still waiting for this very encounter. I have declared, bring the whole offering and see if I will not open the windows of heaven, and I am ready to pour out over you as you respond. Do not let this moment end without sealing it with action. Support through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and let your obedience become a doorway for others. I will guard what concerns you, multiply what you sow, and establish peace within you. Do not delay. Act now and give as I am calling you. Before you leave, do not stay silent in the moment I told you to open. Seal this word with your faith and type "I open" right away in the comments if you are choosing obedience over delay today. Make that declaration boldly, because what you write in faith can become the line between the old season and the new one. If this message found you at the exact right moment, type "Lord, I open my heart," and let heaven witness your yes. Do not scroll past this part, my child. Comment now, and let this be the moment you stop hesitating and step fully into what I have spoken over your life. And as you make that declaration, don't let your heart close again. You have opened the door, so remain in my presence for just a little longer. The obedience I asked of you was never meant to end with a single moment. It was meant to begin a deeper walk with me. Leave the rush behind. Let every anxious thought lose its voice for a while. I know the burdens you have been carrying in silence, and I have not brought you this far simply to remind you of them. I have brought you here to lift them from your shoulders. Stay here with me now, because before I ask you to take another step, I want to replace your fear with my peace and your striving with my rest. Pause right now. Take a deep breath. Yes, right here, right where you are. I am speaking directly to you, my child. Do you feel that knot in your stomach? That tight, anxious grip when you think about tomorrow? That isn't from me. Let us undo it together. I know the heavy weight you carry. I see the pressure at your job that you tried to hide with a brave smile. I hear the unspoken tensions in your family that keep you awake in the middle of the night. I know you feel overlooked, as if your hard work and quiet tears go entirely unnoticed by the world. But I see you. I do not just see an idea of you. I see the real you. And I am telling you, right now, to listen to my voice. This is not a request to think about later. This is an order. Open your heart to it right away. Recognize the urgency in my voice today. When I say right away, it is because you are standing on the very edge of a season of sudden change. You have been waiting, praying, and wondering when the shift would finally come. My beloved, the shift is here, but you must be ready. Think of this moment like the quiet, heavy pause right before a massive storm breaks. The air is still, but the power is already in motion. That is what is happening in your life right now. My power is in motion for your good. I need your full attention because the doors I am about to open will swing wide very quickly. If you are distracted, you might just miss the vital step I am calling you to take. Hear me clearly. Spiritual procrastination is dangerous in this hour. Do not say to yourself, "I will pray tomorrow," or "I will trust Him when things calm down." The world will never calm down on its own. You cannot wait for the perfect conditions to answer my call. If you keep putting off your time with me, you leave your mind open to the lies of the enemy. He wants to keep you trapped in that endless cycle of fear and delay. Break that cycle today. I command you to drop the heavy baggage of your what-ifs and somedays. Step into the now. Your obedience today is the key that unlocks the provision you desperately need for tomorrow. To hear me clearly, you must silence the loud noise of the world. Turn away from the endless streams of bad news, the useless gossip, and the loud demands of people who do not know my plans for you. Close your eyes for a second. Do you hear it? It is my gentle whisper in the silence, calling you forward. I am inviting you to quiet your mind. Mute the distractions around you. When you silence the noise, you make room for my peace to enter. My voice will not fight to be heard over the chaos of your busy life. You must choose to tune your heart to my frequency. Take on the posture of a servant who is ready to receive. What does that look like? It looks like open hands and an open heart. It means saying, "Here I am, Lord. Do with me as you will." Surrender your fierce need to control every single outcome. When you try to force the pieces of your life together, you only exhaust yourself. Let it go. Release the tight grip you have on your own plans. Invite me to take the lead. When you submit to my authority, you do not lose your freedom, you actually find it. You find the deep rest that your soul is desperately craving. Understand that my timing is a shield of protection around you. You have asked me why certain things have taken so long. You have wondered why I have made you wait in the dark. I tell you this, my delays are not my denials. I have been holding you back to keep you safe from hidden dangers you cannot see. I have been preparing the ground ahead of you so your feet will not stumble. And now, the season of waiting is coming to an end. My command to move right away is your clear signal that it is finally safe to step forward. I have shielded you in the waiting, and I will guide you in the moving. Trust my timing. Trust my voice. Stand up, take my hand, and let us walk into this new chapter together. Bring your broken pieces to me right now. Do not try to hide your past disappointments from my eyes. I see the walls you have built around your heart. You built those heavy walls to protect yourself from getting hurt again. You felt the sharp sting of betrayal when a friend walked away. You felt the crushing weight of a dream that did not work out the way you planned. I know you are tired of feeling let down by the people you trusted. Your heart has grown hard in certain places, like dry, cracked soil that has not seen rain in months. But I am telling you today, those walls are not protecting you. They are keeping you trapped inside a prison of your own making. Break those seals today. Open your heart to me, even if it feels terrifying. Trust the hand that breaks the hard ground of your life. When a farmer wants to plant new seeds, he must first take a sharp plow and break open the hard, dry dirt. I know that the breaking process hurts. You have asked me why you had to go through such painful trials. You have cried in the dark, wondering if I had forgotten you. I have never forgotten you. I use your trials to prepare the soil of your soul for new growth. Your pain is not a punishment. Your pain is a preparation. I am removing the bitter roots of old hurt so that I can plant a fresh harvest of joy in your life. Do not fight the plow. Let me do the deep work that needs to be done inside you. Show me your vulnerability. You do not need to pretend that you are strong all the time. I know you are exhausted from wearing a brave face for your family and your coworkers. Take off that heavy mask when you come before my throne. I want your honesty, not your perfection. Tell me that you are scared. Tell me that you are angry. Tell me that you do not understand what is happening in your life right now. I can handle your raw emotions. Your transparency is the key that unlocks genuine spiritual intimacy with me. When you are truly honest with me, I can finally step in and heal the hidden places you have kept locked away in the dark. Let go of the old things you are desperately clutching in your hands. You cannot pour new, fresh water into a dirty, cracked cup. You must pour out the old to make room for the new. Release your tight grip on the past. Drop the bitter grudges you are holding against the people who hurt you. Stop replaying old arguments in your head. Forgive those who wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. I command you to open your hands right now. Drop the heavy stones of resentment. I am pouring out a fresh, clean spirit over your life today. Receive my new wine. Allow my healing to flow into every broken crack of your heart. Listen to the weight of my command today. When I speak a word over your life, it is not a mere suggestion. I am the creator of the heavens and the earth, and my words carry absolute authority. Understand that when I give you a divine order, it is always rooted in my pure goodness toward you. I do not command you to move forward just to test your limits. I command you to move because I see the victory waiting for you on the other side of your fear. You look at your mountain of debt, your scary medical report, or your troubled marriage, and you feel completely powerless. But I exercise total sovereignty over your current situation. Your problems are big to you, but they are incredibly small to me. Align your daily choices with the frequency of heaven. Right now, your mind is tuned to the loud frequency of the world. You are listening to the voices of panic, lack, and defeat. Change your channel today. Tune your spirit to my voice. My voice speaks peace, provision, and absolute victory. When you wake up in the morning, do not immediately check your phone for bad news. Check your spirit. Ask me what my instructions are for your day. I will give you clear, simple steps to take. Follow them without hesitation. Your obedience is the fastest way to pull the reality of heaven down into your everyday life. Move away from the heavy spirit of fear. You have let fear sit in the driver's seat of your life for far too long. You let fear tell you what you cannot do, where you cannot go, and who you cannot become. I command you to kick fear out of your car today. Fear is a liar. Fear is a thief that steals your joy and paralyzes your potential. Replace your fear with radical obedience to my word. When you take action despite your fear, you strip the enemy of his power over you. Step forward even if your knees are shaking. I will give you the strength you need the moment your foot hits the ground. Feel the deep peace that follows a simple yes to my kingdom. When you finally stop fighting me, a heavy burden will instantly fall off your shoulders. You have been striving and straining to make things happen on your own strength. It is exhaustive. Say yes to my way today. Say yes to my timing. Say yes to my plan, even when it makes no logical sense to your human mind. When you surrender your stubborn will to my divine authority, a flood of unexplainable peace will wash over your entire house. You will sleep soundly tonight knowing that I am in control of everything. Trust my authority. Rest in my unfailing power. Look closely at the places in your life that you have feared the most. You have spent years running away from your past mistakes, your deep insecurities, and your painful memories. You treat these areas like dark, empty rooms that you refuse to enter. But I am telling you today, there is hidden treasure waiting for you in the dark. Access the spiritual inheritance I have kept safe for this exact moment in your life. I have hidden profound wisdom, deep compassion, and unmatched strength inside your darkest trials. Stop running from your pain. Face it with me by your side. You will find an unexpected beauty rising from the ashes of your most difficult days. Discover the divine purpose hidden deeply within your struggles. You thought that losing that job was the end of your career. You thought that painful breakup was the end of your happiness. But I see the whole picture. I allowed those closed doors to redirect your path toward a much greater destiny. Your pain is never wasted in my kingdom. I take your tears and use them to water the seeds of your future success. Your current struggle is the exact training ground you need for the blessing I am preparing for you. Do not despise the difficult season you are in. Embrace the lessons I am teaching you right now. Unpack the powerful gifts of the Spirit meant for your daily journey. I have not sent you into this harsh world empty-handed. I have equipped you with everything you need to succeed. I have given you the gift of a sound mind to cut through confusion. I have given you the gift of faith to move impossible obstacles. I have given you the gift of discernment to spot the traps of the enemy before you step into them. You must actively use these gifts. Do not leave your spiritual weapon sitting in the closet collecting dust. Pick up my word. Use it as a bright lamp to guide your feet when the path ahead looks completely dark. See the immense value in the very small things I have provided for you. You are constantly asking me for a massive miracle, a big breakthrough, or a huge financial blessing. But you are ignoring the daily bread I am placing right in front of you. Look at the small blessings in your life today. Notice the kind word from a stranger. Notice the brief moment of quiet in your busy morning. Notice the simple meal on your table. When you learn to be deeply grateful for the small things, I will trust you with the massive things. Cultivate a heart of daily gratitude. Your thankfulness is the key that unlocks the hidden treasures of my kingdom. Step out of your comfortable, safe zone right now. You have built a very comfortable life, but comfort is the enemy of your spiritual growth. You like to know exactly what is going to happen tomorrow. You want a guaranteed backup plan for every single decision. But I am calling you to walk on the water. You cannot experience my supernatural miracles while you are sitting safely in the boat. I command you to move beyond the borders of what feels normal and safe. Yes, the wind is blowing. Yes, the waves look incredibly tall and dangerous. But I am standing on the water, calling your name. Put your foot over the edge. Understand that your human logic will never fully grasp my divine miracles. You are trying to figure out how I am going to provide for you using a calculator and a spreadsheet. You are trying to solve your family problems using only your human reasoning. Stop trying to figure me out. My ways are infinitely higher than your ways. If you could understand how I do things, I would not be God. You must surrender your desperate need to have all the answers. Trust that I have a perfect plan, even when your current reality looks like a complete mess. Faith is trusting me when the math simply does not add up. Overcome the paralyzing grip of your what-if scenarios. Your mind is constantly spinning with worst-case scenarios. What if I fail? What if they reject me? What if I run out of money? I am asking you a different question today. What if I catch you when you fall? What if I open a door that no man can shut? What if this bold step of faith leads to the greatest blessing of your entire life? I command you to stop making agreements with the spirit of failure. Keep your eyes locked firmly on me, not on the terrifying storm swirling around your life. If you look at the storm, you will sink. If you look at me, you will walk. Accept the immense strength I provide for your very first step. I am not asking you to run a marathon today. I am simply asking you to take one single step in the right direction. Make that difficult phone call. Fill out that application. Forgive that person who hurt you. Walk into that new room with your head held high. You do not need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. Just move. The moment you lift your foot in faith, I will become the mighty wind beneath your wings. I will give you the momentum you need to keep going. Step out right now. My beloved, as you bravely step out of your comfortable boat and walk on the terrifying water with me today, I am urgently calling you to extend your hand to those who are still drowning in the storm. Partner with me right now to broadcast this massive, life-saving rescue mission to millions of shattered souls who desperately need to hear my voice. When you plant a bold financial seed into this ministry, you are actively carving rushing rivers of living water into the darkest, driest deserts of this hurting world. I declare over you today, give, and it will be given to you in a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and fiercely running over. I will take your immediate obedience, multiply it miraculously, and use it to violently break the heavy chains of an entire generation. Your giving in this exact hour is a divine, prophetic appointment that absolutely secures a harvest of relentless favor and protection over your own household. I command you to act right away. Use the super thanks, join as a member, or click the PayPal link in the description below to sow your powerful seed today. My child, do not silence my voice right now. We have only just begun shattering the heavy chains holding you back. It deeply grieves my heart when you walk away just seconds before your massive breakthrough arrives. Do not leave my presence when I am in the middle of healing you. Stay with me. Listen closely to what comes next, because your immediate future depends on the words I am about to speak. Let my touch act as the great physician in your life today. I see the deep, bleeding wounds you carry inside. You try to cover them up with a smile, but I know how much it hurts when you are alone. You have carried the heavy burden of childhood trauma, bitter rejections, and harsh words spoken over you by people who were supposed to protect you. You feel like you are permanently damaged. You are not damaged. You are entirely healable in my hands. I command you to stop picking at your old scabs. Bring your open wounds to me. Allow my gentle hands to clean out the infection of your past. Release the dark bitterness that actively hinders your progress. You are holding tightly to your anger because you feel it is the only way to protect yourself. You want the people who hurt you to pay for what they did. But your bitterness is a heavy poison that you are drinking yourself, hoping the other person will die. Spit it out today. I command you to release the offenders into my hands. I am a God of perfect justice. I will handle them. You must focus on your own healing. When you finally choose to forgive, you cut the heavy chains that tie you to your painful past. You set yourself totally free to move forward. Experience the absolute power of my blood to wash away every single stain. You look in the mirror, and you see your mistakes. You remember the bad choices you made, the lies you told, and the people you let down. You feel a deep, heavy shame that makes you want to hide from me. Do not hide. I already know everything you have done, and I love you exactly the same. My forgiveness is total and complete. When you ask for my pardon, I wash your spirit completely clean. I do not keep a record of your past wrongs. Stop holding on to the guilt that I have already nailed to the cross. Walk in the freedom of a clean slate today. Watch me restore the years that the locust has eaten in your life. You feel like you have wasted so much time. You mourn the years lost to bad relationships, crippling addiction, or paralyzing fear. You feel like you are too old, too tired, or too late to achieve your destiny. I am the creator of time itself. I can do more in your life in one single day than you could accomplish in 10 years of hard labor. I will bring back the joy you lost. I will restore your stolen peace. Find your absolute wholeness in my presence today. Discover the beautiful power of a heart that is no longer divided by past pain. Listen to me carefully right now. I am asking for your complete and radical obedience. You look at your life and wonder why certain patterns keep repeating themselves. You wonder why your family struggles with the same anxieties, the same financial lacks, and the same broken relationships generation after generation. I am telling you today that one single act of total compliance to my voice can shift your entire lineage. Your obedience is not just about you. It is about your children, and the children they will have. When you choose to obey me in the hard things, you sever the old, toxic roots in your family tree and plant a brand new seed of divine favor. I want to pour out my favor upon your life, but you must understand the unbreakable relationship between my favor and your faithfulness. I cannot bless steps you refuse to take. Sacrifice your own meticulously drawn plans for my perfect design today. You had a vision board. You have a 5-year plan. You have figured out exactly how your career should look and when you should reach your financial goals. I command you to lay those blueprints at my feet. You are holding on to a plan that is far too small for the destiny I have prepared for you. When I ask you to step away from a comfortable job, or when I tell you to end a relationship that looks good on paper but drains your spirit, do not fight me. You must realize that partial obedience is still a form of active resistance. When you do what I ask only when it makes sense to your bank account or your logic, you are still sitting on the throne of your own life. Sit down. Let me take the seat of ultimate authority. Experience the deep, unshakable joy of being a vessel entirely chosen for my glory. When you stop fighting for control, a tremendous weight lifts off your chest. You no longer have to carry the pressure of manufacturing your own success. Your only job is to hear my voice and do exactly what I say. If I tell you to forgive the person who lied about you at work, do it immediately. If I prompt you to give away the money you were saving for a comfort item, give it with an open hand. This level of radical obedience will feel unnatural to your flesh at first. It will scare you. But the rewards that await those who follow me fully cannot be measured by worldly standards. I will give you a peace that protects your mind, a provision that defies economic downturns, and a purpose that gets you out of bed with fire in your soul. Say yes to me right now. Make the hard choice today, and watch how I honor your sacrifice tomorrow. Sharpen your spirit today to recognize my true voice. You are living in a world that is incredibly loud, constantly fighting for your attention and your allegiance. From the moment you wake up, you are bombarded with opinions, news alerts, social media trends, and the well-meaning advice of your friends. You feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of voices telling you what you should do, how you should feel, and what you should fear. I command you to cut through that heavy fog. You must learn to distinguish my gentle, steady instruction from the frantic noise of the world. To spot a counterfeit bill, a bank teller does not study the fakes. They study the genuine currency so closely that the fake is instantly obvious. I want you to spend so much time in my presence that when deception knocks on your door, you recognize it instantly and turn it away. Flee immediately from the deceptive shadows that mimic my light. The enemy rarely approaches you with obvious evil. He comes disguised as a good opportunity. He brings you a job offer that promises more money, but will completely destroy your time with your family. He brings you a relationship that feels exciting but constantly pulls you away from your core values. I have given you the Holy Spirit to be your constant, internal guide. Pay close attention to the physical and emotional signals I send you. You feel a sudden, inexplicable loss of peace in your gut before signing that contract. Do you feel a quiet check in your spirit when you are around that specific person? That is not paranoia. That is my spirit protecting you. Do not ignore the alarm bells I ring inside your heart. Test every single spirit against the absolute truth of my word. Do not blindly accept every teaching, every motivational quote, or every piece of advice just because it sounds positive. If a voice tells you to prioritize your own comfort over character, it is not from me. If a voice tells you to hold a grudge because you are justified in your anger, it is not from me. I command you to walk in profound wisdom while the world around you remains stumbling in the dark. Stand firm against the subtle schemes of the adversary. He wants to isolate you, make you compare your behind-the-scenes reality to everyone else's highlight reel, and slowly drain your confidence. Reject his lies today. Let my truth be the only compass you use to navigate the complex shadows of this life. Look at yourself in the mirror right now and remember exactly whose child you are. You have allowed the world to place heavy, ugly labels on your back, and worse, you have started wearing them as if they belong to you. You have let your boss, your ex-spouse, and your bank account tell you who you are. You call yourself a failure because a business did not work out. You call yourself damaged because someone walked away from you. You call yourself ordinary because you do not have 1 million followers. I command you to violently tear off those false labels today. I did not name you failure. I did not name you anxious. I did not name you forgotten. I name you a child of the Most High God. I name you chosen. I name you victorious. It is time you start answering only to the names I have given you. Embrace your high status as a co-heir with my son. You are walking around with your head down, accepting the crumbs of this world, when I have invited you to sit at the banquet table of heaven. When you truly understand your identity, the way you walk into a room changes. You do not have to shout to be heard. You do not have to prove your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. The confidence that comes from knowing who you are in me is an impenetrable armor against the harsh criticisms of the world. Let them talk. Their opinions do not determine your destiny. My decree determines your destiny. Walk today with the quiet, unshakable dignity of a citizen of heaven. See yourself strictly through the lens of my eternal, unwavering love. Think of how a loving parent looks at their newborn child, with pure awe, fierce protection, and absolute delight. That is a mere shadow of how I look at you. Stop focusing on your flaws, your past mistakes, and your physical insecurities. When I look at you, I do not see the things you hate about yourself. I see the masterpiece I carefully crafted in the secret place. I see the immense potential I planted in your DNA. When you make a mistake, I do not turn my back on you in disgust. I reach out my hand to pull you back up. Restore your spiritual identity today. Stop agreeing with the accuser. Agree with your Creator. You are deeply loved, highly valued, and completely equipped for the exact life I have given you. Shut the door to the outside world and come meet me in the secret place today. You are running entirely on empty because you are living your whole life out in public. You give your absolute best energy to your screen, your coworkers, and the endless demands of your daily schedule. You pour yourself out for everyone else until there is nothing left but dry resentment at the bottom of your cup. I command you to stop the frantic rushing. Cultivate a fiercely private life of prayer and stillness with me. I am not asking you to add another religious chore to your exhausted to-do list. I am inviting you to plug your dying battery into the ultimate source of power. You cannot survive the battles of your public life if you do not have a robust, hidden life with me. Find your unshakable strength in the profound stillness of my presence. I require your undivided attention in the quiet because I am not going to compete with your television, your social media feed, or your endless podcasts. If you want to hear my voice, you must intentionally turn down the volume of everything else. The secret place does not have to be a special room in your house. It can be the quiet front seat of your car before you walk into work. It can be a 10-minute walk alone in the early morning. It is a posture of absolute surrender, where you take a deep breath and say, "Father, I am here. Speak to me." In that quiet space, I will repair the frayed edges of your nervous system. I will calm your racing heart. Listen closely, for it is in the secret place that I whisper the strategies you so desperately need. I share my deepest secrets only with my close friends, those who take the time to sit with me without looking at their watches. Are you struggling with a problem in your business? Come to the secret place. I have the blueprint. Are you confused about how to reach your teenager's closed-off heart? Come to the secret place. I will give you the exact words to say. Recharge your spirit away from the demanding crowds. Let my presence become a thick, heavy fortress of peace around your mind that the chaos of the world simply cannot penetrate. Build your secret place today, and refuse to let anything pull you away from it. My child, the profound, unshakable strength you have just gathered in our secret place was never meant to be hidden entirely in the dark. I am urgently inviting you to fuel the blazing fire of this ministry so we can shine my blinding light into the deepest, most terrified corners of the earth. Every single financial gift you aggressively release today buys precious spiritual oil for the lamps that will guide lost, exhausted souls safely back to my house. I promise you that he who boldly refreshes others will be radically and supernaturally refreshed in his own seasons of drought. When you faithfully fund the rapid spread of my kingdom, I place an impenetrable, blazing hedge of financial protection around your entire family. This is your defining, time-sensitive moment to boldly execute my divine order and permanently transform someone else's eternity. Do not hesitate for another second. Send your super thanks, become a vital member, or give through the PayPal link in the description right now. Do not close this conversation. Do not rush back out into the loud, chaotic noise of the world. It truly breaks my heart when you trade our sacred, quiet intimacy for the cheap, empty distractions of this life. You are standing on holy ground right now. To walk away is to reject the exact strategy I have prepared for your survival. Keep listening. I am not finished pouring into your tired soul. Take off the heavy blanket of depression and despair that you woke up with this morning. I know exactly how it feels physically. I know that some days, just swinging your legs out of bed and putting your feet on the floor feels like trying to move a massive mountain. I see the dark cloud that follows you around, whispering that things will never get better, that you are stuck, and that your best days are permanently behind you. I acknowledge your deep pain, but I strictly command you not to build a permanent house in that dark valley. You are walking through the valley, not settling there. Today, I am offering you a divine exchange. Give me your heavy mourning, and I will pour the warm, healing oil of my joy over your head. Give me that spirit of heaviness, and I will clothe you in a garment of praise. Put on that garment of praise right in the middle of your fiercest trial. Worship is not just a reaction to good news. It is a powerful weapon against despair. When your bank account is low, open your mouth and thank me for being your provider. When the doctor's report is frightening, raise your hands and declare that I am your healer. Worshipping through your pain breaks the chains of heaviness faster than anything else. It violently shifts your focus off the massive size of your problem and onto the infinite size of your God. Your breakthrough happens the exact moment you choose to praise me while you are still bleeding. It confuses the enemy. It shatters the atmosphere of defeat. Cast every single one of your anxieties forcefully upon my shoulders, because I care for you deeply. Do not just talk to me about your worries and then carry them back out the door with you. Visualize taking that heavy, suffocating sack of stress and throwing it onto my strong back. I can carry the weight of your family, your finances, and your future. You were never designed to carry it. Rise above the dark clouds of doubt today. Think of an airplane flying through a terrifying, turbulent storm. It does not stop. It climbs higher until it breaks through the clouds into the clear, brilliant sunlight. The storm may still be raging below, but you will be flying in my perfect peace. Claim the total victory of a spirit that absolutely refuses to stay down. Stand up. Breathe in my strength. Walk forward. Clean the vessel of your life today so I can fill it with my glory. You have allowed too much clutter to gather in your mind and your daily habits. You hold on to secret habits that drain your energy and steal your focus. You entertain relationships that constantly pull you away from my quiet presence. I command you to sweep your spiritual house clean right now. I cannot pour pure, fresh water into a cup that is filled with bitter mud. Remove the toxic influences that actively pollute your spirit. Make absolute room for what I am about to do. I am preparing a massive outpouring of my spirit just for you, but you must make the physical and mental space to receive it. Throw out the trash of your old thinking. Let my pure light shine into the dark corners of your habits. Expect the heavy, soaking rain of my spirit to fall directly on your dry places. I see the specific parts of your life that look like a cracked, barren desert right now. I know your marriage has felt incredibly dry lately, lacking the deep joy and connection it once had. I see your career feeling completely stuck, producing no new fruit despite your intense hard work. I know your own physical heart feels burnt out, exhausted, and running on empty. Look up at the sky today. I am gathering the dark clouds of blessing right now. Open your empty hands and expect the rain. I am sending a massive downpour of fresh ideas, renewed passion, and divine energy to soak the dry, thirsty ground of your life. Expand your daily capacity to receive exactly what I am actively sending you. You are asking me for a massive ocean of blessing, but you are only holding up a tiny, shallow teaspoon. Stretch your faith today. I command you to stop thinking so small about your future. When you pray, do not just ask me to help you barely survive the month. Ask me to bless you so abundantly that you can easily help your neighbors survive too. Is your heart ready to hold more? I am expanding your territory, increasing your personal influence, and stretching your mental ability to handle profound, lasting success. You must believe that you are entirely worthy of the big things I want to give you. Seek out the powerful communal fire that spreads rapidly when my believers unite in one single purpose. You have tried to walk this difficult, painful road entirely alone for far too long. You think you do not need anyone else to succeed. That is a dangerous trap set by the enemy. I designed you to desperately need the strength and support of a faithful community. Find the kind of people who carry my strong fire in their bones. When you place a single burning log next to other brightly burning logs, the fire instantly grows hotter and brighter. I command you to connect with other strong believers today. Let their bold faith encourage your tired heart when you feel incredibly weak. Recognize the clear, undeniable signs of a coming revival breaking out deep in your own soul. You are starting to feel a deep, aching hunger for something much more than just paying your bills and going to sleep every night. You are feeling a restless, burning desire to know me deeply and intimately. That is not an accident. It is the early, powerful rumble of your personal revival. I am waking you up from your long spiritual slumber. Position yourself directly at the altar of my endless grace. Do not move away when the fire finally begins to fall. Stay right there in my presence. Let me transform your life completely, from the inside out, starting right this very minute. Pick up my promises today and use them as a deadly weapon against the enemy. You are walking onto a chaotic battlefield completely unarmed, and you wonder why you keep getting defeated. Your own clever arguments will never defeat the dark forces arrayed against you. I have given you the ultimate weapon, my spoken word. It is a sharp sword, ready to be drawn. I command you to stop fighting your daily battles using only your human emotions and your fragile logic. When the enemy whispers that you are going to lose everything, you must strike back immediately. You strike back by speaking my promises out loud. Your voice activates the power of my word in your physical reality. Understand the absolute importance of decreeing and declaring my unchanging truth. You must open your mouth and speak. Do not just read my word silently in your mind. I command you to speak it into the atmosphere of your home. Declare out loud that your family is completely protected. Decree out loud that your mind is deeply peaceful. When you speak my words, you are planting powerful seeds in the spiritual realm that will rapidly grow into your physical reality. Your tongue holds the immense power of life and death. I urge you to stop speaking words of death, defeat, and sickness over your own life. Speak my life-giving truth over your situation every single morning before you leave your house. Watch how my word aggressively cuts through the heavy lies of the accuser. The enemy loves to sit on your shoulder and whisper terrible things into your ear. He tells you that your past mistakes have disqualified you from my love. He tells you that your current financial hole is far too deep to escape. He is the father of all lies. I command you to silence his voice by shouting my truth. When he says you are rejected, you declare that you are fully accepted in my Son. When he says you are weak, you declare that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. My word acts as a sharp blade, severing the heavy ropes of deception that tie your mind in knots. Stay firmly grounded in the solid scriptures during the violent storms of your life. When the massive waves of bad news crash against your boat, your feelings will wildly fluctuate. One day you feel hopeful, and the next day you feel completely terrified. You cannot anchor your life to your fragile feelings. I command you to drop your heavy anchor deep into the solid rock of my word. My word never changes. The stock market will crash. Your friends may leave you. Your employer may fail you. But the promises I have written down for you will stand forever. When the storm hits, do not look at the dark waves. Look down at the firm foundation you are standing on. Trust the eternal nature of the specific things I have spoken over you. The words I speak do not have an expiration date. If I promise to heal you, that promise is still entirely valid today. If I promise to provide for your children, that promise remains actively in effect right now. I do not change my mind when your circumstances get difficult. I command you to let my eternal truth be the absolute final authority in your life. Do not let the doctor's report have the final say. Do not let the bank statement have the final say. Do not let the opinions of angry people have the final say. I have the final say. Read my word today. Believe it. Swing your sword and watch the enemy flee from your presence. Synchronize your daily steps with my precise celestial calendar today. You are running around frantically, trying to force open heavy doors that I have firmly locked. You are exhausting yourself trying to make things happen ahead of my schedule. I command you to stop rushing. When you run ahead of me, you step out from under the protective umbrella of my grace. I had a perfect, unhurried timeline for your life. I know exactly when you need that new job, when you are ready for that relationship, and when your character can handle that promotion. Match your walking pace to mine. Do not drag your feet in delay, but do not sprint ahead in panic. Walk steadily right beside me. Experience the incredible blessing of being in the exact right place at the perfect time. When you are fully aligned with my will, life stops feeling like a constant, uphill battle. Suddenly, you meet the right person at the grocery store. Suddenly, your resume lands on the right desk at the exact moment a position opens up. The world calls this random luck. I call it divine alignment. I command you to ask me for direction before you make your daily plans. When you let me direct your small, everyday steps, I will position you perfectly to receive the massive blessings I have prepared for you behind the scenes. Cut off the heavy, toxic connections that actively lead you away from me. This is a difficult command, but it is absolutely necessary for your survival. I see the people in your life who constantly drain your peace, mock your faith, and encourage you to compromise your strict values. You keep them around because you are deeply afraid of being lonely. I command you to sever those bad ties today. You cannot walk in divine alignment while holding the hand of someone running in the opposite direction. Trust me to bring the right people into your life. When you bravely let go of the wrong connections, you make empty space for the true friends I am sending you. Embrace the sudden God appointments I have already scheduled for your day. Your daily calendar is filled with meetings, errands, and tasks. But I have hidden special appointments inside your routine. I will prompt you to call an old friend who desperately needs encouragement. I will urge you to stop and help a stranger who feels invisible. I command you to keep your spiritual eyes wide open. Do not be so focused on checking off your own to-do list that you miss the divine assignments I place right in front of you. These small moments of obedience are the very building blocks of a truly impactful life. Learn the beautiful rhythm of grace that replaces the exhausting hustle of man. The world tells you that you must grind, sweat, and sacrifice your sleep to be successful. I tell you that my yoke is easy and my burden is incredibly light. I command you to step out of the world's frantic rat race today. You do not need to hustle for your worth. You do not need to manipulate people to get ahead. Live a life that is a clear, peaceful reflection of my kingdom. When people look at you, they should not see a stressed, panicked person. They should see someone who walks with calm authority, knowing that their Father owns the entire universe. Align your life with me and watch the struggle fade away. Rest quietly under the thick, impenetrable shadow of my almighty wings today. I know you are deeply afraid. You watch the news, and your heart races with pure terror about the state of the world. You worry about the physical safety of your children when they leave the house. You worry about your own health and your vulnerable future. I command you to bring those heavy, suffocating fears directly to me. I am your safe refuge. Think of a mother bird fiercely covering her fragile chicks when a dark storm rolls in. That is exactly what I am doing for you right now. When you stay close to me, you are completely covered. The storm may rage outside, but under my wings you are perfectly safe. Acknowledge the powerful, invisible angels I have permanently stationed to guard your path. You feel like you are walking through this dangerous life completely unprotected. You do not see the massive spiritual army standing right behind you. I have commanded my strongest angels to watch over you in all your ways. They protect your car on the busy highway. They stand guard outside your home while you sleep deeply at night. They fight off demonic attacks that you are entirely unaware of. I command you to stop acting like an unprotected orphan. You are royalty, and you travel with a divine, heavily armed escort every single day. Walk with the bold confidence of someone who is heavily guarded by heaven. Understand why no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. Notice that I did not say the weapons will not be formed. The enemy will forge weapons of malicious gossip, sudden illness, financial ruin, and bitter betrayal. People will try to attack your reputation at work. But I promise you this, those weapons will completely fail to destroy you. I command you to stop crying over the weapons that are being aimed at you. They are useless against the shield I have placed in front of your chest. Let your enemies try their absolute best. I will take the very trap they dug for you and use it to elevate you to a higher position. Trust me completely when you find yourself standing right in the middle of the lion's den. Sometimes, I do not prevent you from being thrown into a terrifying situation. Sometimes, the doctor gives you the worst possible news. Sometimes you face a completely unfair lawsuit. I command you not to panic when you hear the lions roaring in your face. I am stepping into that dark den right beside you. I will shut the mouths of the lions. I will suspend the normal laws of nature just to keep you alive. Your deepest trials will simply become the greatest stages for my miraculous power to be displayed to a watching world. See the blazing hedge of fire I have intentionally placed around your entire family. You pray desperately for your loved ones, wondering if I hear you. I hear every single tear that hits the floor. I have drawn a strict boundary line of fire around your household that the enemy absolutely cannot cross. I command you to stop living in constant dread. Find your ultimate safety in the name that is above all names. Speak the name of my Son over your children, your bank accounts, and your health. Demonic forces instantly scatter when that name is spoken with bold faith. Rest your mind today. You are secure. Your family is secure. My protection is an unbreakable guarantee. You are resting securely under the impenetrable shadow of my almighty wings today. But there are millions still standing totally unprotected in the violent crossfire of the enemy. I am personally calling you to fund the spiritual front line right now, actively sending my spoken word as a massive shield to families who are completely defenseless. Your immediate financial support is the exact divine vehicle I will use to drop daily, life-saving manna into the homes of those starving for deep, eternal hope. Bring your faithful tithes and bold offerings into my storehouse today, and watch me violently tear open the heavy floodgates of heaven over your own life. I will aggressively rebuke the devourer for your sake, miraculously multiplying the very resources you freely surrender to my grand purpose. This urgent, prophetic mandate requires your bold, immediate action, not timid, fearful delays. I command you to step into this massive blessing right away. Use the super thanks, join the membership, or click the PayPal link in the description to give. Hold your ground. Do not let the enemy steal your attention at this crucial, life-altering moment. It deeply wounds my spirit when you turn your back and step out from under the protective shadow of my wings just as I am covering you. To stop listening now is to walk unprotected into the storm. I have profound, heavy secrets left to share with you. Anchor your heart. Give me your absolute focus for what comes next. Hold fiercely onto my spoken words today, especially when the waiting period feels unbearably long. I know you are tired of standing in the gap. You have prayed the same prayer for years, and your physical eyes see absolutely no evidence of a change. You are tempted to drop the promise and just accept a mediocre reality. I command you to tighten your grip right now. Do not let go of the vision I placed inside your spirit. The length of the delay does not diminish the certainty of the outcome. When a farmer plants a valuable seed, he does not dig it up every single day to see if it is growing. He trusts the hidden process happening deep underground. Trust my hidden process in your life today. Learn the vital role of steadfast patience in the miraculous process of manifestation. You live in a world that demands instant gratification. You want your food in 2 minutes and your packages delivered overnight. But my greatest miracles are never rushed. Patience is not just passively sitting around and complaining while you wait. Patience is maintaining a positive, expectant attitude while I work out the complicated details behind the scenes. I command you to stop throwing spiritual temper tantrums when I do not answer you on your preferred timeline. Let my peace rule your heart. Your anxious rushing will only delay the beautiful blessing I am carefully constructing for you. Do not grow weary in doing what is absolutely right and good. I see you quietly doing the right thing when no one else is watching. I see you working hard at a job that ignores your immense value. I see you loving a spouse who is currently difficult to love. I see you giving your money away even when your own budget is tight. You feel completely exhausted and unappreciated. I command you to keep going. Do not quit the race just before you cross the finish line. I promise you that in due season, you will reap a massive harvest of blessing if you do not give up. I am keeping a strict record of your quiet faithfulness. Nurture the incredible seeds of greatness I have intentionally planted deep inside you. I have given you unique talents, brilliant ideas, and a profound capacity to love. You are responsible for stewarding those gifts. I command you to stop wasting your time on mindless entertainment when you should be developing your skills. Read the books. Take the classes. Practice your craft. I will provide the supernatural rain, but you must do the hard work of pulling the weeds out of your garden. Cultivate your mind and your spirit every single day. Prepare yourself to carry the heavy weight of the success I am bringing your way. Remember my undeniable faithfulness to you in your past seasons of trouble. When you doubt your future, I command you to look directly at your history with me. I have never dropped you. I paid that bill when you had exactly $0. I healed your body when the doctor had no answers. I comforted your heart when it was completely shattered. I am the exact same God today. The immense accountability that comes with my divine favor requires you to actively remember my goodness. Stop acting like you have never seen me perform a miracle. Remind yourself of what I have already done, and let that history fuel your bold faith for exactly what I am about to do next. Stand firm. Your promise is secure. Look deeply at the history of your family tree today. You know the dark, silent struggles that have plagued your bloodline for decades. You have seen the destructive cycles of addiction, the bitter divorces, the paralyzing poverty mindsets, and the heavy blankets of depression that pass from one generation to the next. You have quietly accepted these things as just the way your family is. I command you to reject that dangerous lie immediately. You do not have to inherit the spiritual sickness of your ancestors. Today, I am giving you the absolute authority to boldly sever the heavy ties of the sins of your past. You are not destined to repeat the tragic mistakes of your parents or your grandparents. The cycle stops right here, right now, with you. Establish a brand new, unbreakable covenant of blessing for your children and your grandchildren. When you make the incredibly difficult choice to forgive your abusers, you are cutting a heavy chain that would have eventually choked your own children. When you choose to walk in strict financial integrity instead of cutting corners, you are rewriting the economic future of your lineage. I command you to stand up and aggressively claim the total freedom that comes from my blood-bought redemption. My sacrifice on the cross was entirely sufficient to break every single curse that has ever shattered your family name. You just have to actively apply that freedom to your life. Draw a firm line in the sand today. Declare out loud that your household will serve me, and watch the dark clouds over your family permanently scatter. Take your rightful position as the fierce spiritual gatekeeper for your home. You are the watchman on the wall for your family. I command you to stop letting toxic entertainment, angry conversations, and the spirit of constant complaining walk freely through your front door. You have the divine authority to dictate the spiritual atmosphere of your house. When a bitter argument tries to erupt between you and your spouse, shut it down immediately with my peace. When a spirit of fear tries to grip your children in the middle of the night, walk into their room and command the fear to leave in my name. Protect your home aggressively. Do not allow the enemy to plant his destructive weeds in the beautiful garden of your family. Transform your own mind to change the entire trajectory of your lineage. Your family has been trapped in a small, defeated way of thinking. They have believed they will always be poor, they will always be sick, and they will never succeed. I command you to wash your mind daily with the bold promises of my word. You must think bigger than your parents were able to think. You must dream bigger than your grandparents were allowed to dream. When you elevate your thoughts to align with my heavenly perspective, you literally elevate your entire bloodline. Claim the exciting, unprecedented new thing I am doing in your family right now. Step out of the dark shadows of your history. Walk boldly into the bright, blessed future I have strictly reserved for your name. Do not hide the deep, ugly scars that you carry. You spend so much exhausting energy trying to look completely perfect for the people around you. You want everyone to think you have an easy marriage, perfect children, and a flawless career. You are terrified that if people knew about your past failures, your secret addictions, or your darkest days of depression, they would completely reject you. I command you to stop hiding your truth today. Your painful story is actually the master key that will unlock someone else's dark prison cell. When you bravely share the absolute lowest moments of your life, you give other people the desperate hope they need to survive their own valleys. Your vulnerability is the greatest weapon you possess against the isolation of the enemy. Share the incredible, miraculous wonders I have faithfully performed in your life. Do not keep my goodness a secret. When you sit in the break room at work, or when you talk to a struggling friend on the phone, tell them exactly how I pulled you out of the deep mud. Tell them how I provided the rent money when your bank account was completely empty. Tell them how I miraculously restored your mind when you were on the verge of a total breakdown. I command you to find the raw courage to be a vocal witness in this cynical, hurting world. People are desperate for something real. They do not need more religious cliches. They need to hear your authentic, messy story of redemption. Watch how I magically turn your ugly scars into brilliant stars that lead other people straight to me. The very things you are the most ashamed of are the exact tools I will use to draw the lost into my loving arms. Your history of brokenness makes your current wholeness a blinding, undeniable miracle. When people look at you, they know you could not have fixed yourself. Give me the bold, public glory in every single victory you achieve. Do not take the credit for the doors that I have sovereignly opened for you. When someone praises your success, immediately point your finger up to heaven. Acknowledge that I am the sole source of your strength, your wisdom, and your daily breath. Recognize the massive, eternal ripple effect of a single life lived completely out loud for my purpose. You have no idea how many lives you are impacting just by refusing to quit. Your quiet faithfulness at your job is shifting the atmosphere of your office. Your joyful attitude in the middle of a frightening medical crisis is planting seeds of bold faith in your doctors and nurses. I command you to let your light shine with blinding intensity. Do not dim your spiritual fire just to make insecure people feel comfortable. Burn bright. Speak loud. Let your entire life be a walking, talking billboard of my limitless grace. Your testimony is a powerful, living weapon. Use it today. Bring your complicated decisions to me before you make a single move today. I see you standing at a confusing crossroads, completely paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. You are making pros and cons lists, asking your friends for their limited advice, and desperately trying to figure out your next step using only your human brain. I command you to stop relying on your own fragile understanding. Your logic is incredibly limited by what you can see right in front of you. I see the end from the very beginning. Seek my flawless, eternal counsel before you sign that binding contract, before you agree to that new relationship, and before you walk away from your current assignment. I have the exact map you are looking for. Understand the massive difference between the foolishness of this loud world and the quiet wisdom of the cross. The world tells you to seek revenge when you are wronged. My wisdom tells you to bless those who curse you. The world tells you to fiercely hoard your money to be secure. My wisdom tells you to give generously to guarantee your provision. I command you to aggressively reject the selfish, fear-based advice of modern society. It will always lead you into a dead end of anxiety and exhaustion. Embrace my completely upside-down kingdom. When you choose to do things my way, it will look absolutely crazy to the people around you. Let them stare. You are building your house on solid rock, while they are building their mansions on sinking sand. Let me reveal the deep, hidden mysteries of life to your humble heart. I do not share my profound secrets with the arrogant, the prideful, or the know-it-alls. If you think you already have all the answers, I will quietly step back and let you handle it on your own. But if you come to me on your knees, admitting that you are completely lost without my direction, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour out a level of insight that will shock you. I will show you exactly how to navigate complex family disputes with supernatural tact. I will give you brilliant, innovative ideas for your business that your competitors cannot even comprehend. Humility is the absolute prerequisite for my divine wisdom. Experience the thick, heavy peace of mind that immediately follows my clear guidance. When you make a decision based entirely on my voice, you do not have to lie awake at night wondering if you ruined your life. Even if the path gets difficult, you will have a deep, settling anchor in your gut knowing that I sent you there. I command you to boldly ask for this wisdom today and receive it liberally. I do not ration out my guidance. I do not give you a tiny piece of the puzzle and hide the rest just to frustrate you. I give wisdom freely to anyone who asks with pure faith. Ask me right now. Open your mind. Let my thoughts become your thoughts, and walk forward with total, unwavering certainty. My beloved, true divine wisdom dictates that you aggressively invest your earthly resources into an eternal kingdom that can absolutely never be shaken or destroyed. I am extending a direct, urgent invitation to you today. Partner with this ministry to violently pull blinded souls out of the world's foolishness and into the bright, saving truth of the cross. When you bravely sow your hard-earned seed to spread my gospel, you are permanently storing up brilliant, unbreakable treasures in heaven where moth and rust absolutely cannot corrupt. I will honor your radical obedience by commanding a supernatural, explosive surplus over your earthly storehouses, giving you brilliant financial strategies the world cannot even comprehend. This is a crucial, prophetic appointment to precisely align your wealth with my fiercely beating heart for the lost. Obey my voice immediately. Drop your seed today through a super thanks, by becoming a member, or by utilizing the PayPal link in the description below. My beloved, we are far too close to the finish line for you to walk away. It profoundly disappoints me when you settle for a partial miracle and leave the room right before the absolute victory is declared. Do not grieve my spirit by leaving this altar unfinished. The greatest, most explosive outpouring of my kingdom is waiting in these final moments. Breathe in. Stay right here. Let us finish this divine work together. Look at your empty hands right now, and then look straight up at me. You are terrified about your finances. You stare at your mounting bills, the rising cost of groceries, and the crushing weight of your old debt, and you feel a panic rising in your chest that makes it hard to breathe. You feel like you have been wandering in a dry, barren desert for years, completely cut off from any source of water. I command you to stop staring at the dry sand. Trust me as Jehovah Jireh, your absolute, unfailing provider. I do not need a booming economy to bless you. I do not need your boss to give you a raise to increase your wealth. I specialize in finding fresh, sweet manna in the exact places you thought were entirely dead. Watch closely how I make a broad, paved way where there seems to be absolutely no way. You have done the math 10 times, and the money simply is not there. You are preparing yourself for failure. I command you to tear up your pessimistic spreadsheet. You are measuring my infinite capabilities by your extremely finite bank account. Remember the miracle of the small loaves and the few fish. The disciples looked at thousands of hungry people and saw an impossible problem. I looked at a tiny boy's lunch and saw an absolute feast. I am going to take your meager, insufficient resources, and I am going to multiply them so dramatically that you will have baskets full of leftovers. Bring me your small faith today, and watch me do the impossible. Live boldly by your faith and not by your current bank balance. This does not mean you should be foolish or irresponsible with the money I give you. It means that your deep internal peace should never fluctuate based on a number on a screen. If you have abundance today, thank me. If your account is completely overdrawn today, thank me anyway, because your provision is already on its way. I command you to strip the heavy idol of money off the throne of your heart. Money is a terrible, cruel master, but it is an excellent servant. Do not serve your debt. Do not serve your fear of poverty. Serve me exclusively, and I will strictly command the resources of the earth to serve your divine purpose. Recognize clearly that I literally own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I own the hills themselves. The wealth of the entire universe is in my firm grasp. Do you honestly think I would create you, call you by name, give you a massive destiny, and then let you starve in the wilderness? That is an insult to my character as your father. I command you to cast out the orphan spirit of lack today. You are a cherished child of the King of Kings. You have total, unrestricted access to the royal treasury. Stop begging for pennies when I have handed you the keys to the vault. Raise your expectations. Open your hands wide. The exact provision you need for tomorrow is already being dispatched from heaven today. Rest easy tonight. I have got the bill. Stand in the gap for those who cannot pray for themselves today. I look around this broken world, and I see so many people who are completely crushed by their heavy burdens. They do not know how to reach me. They do not have the simple words to pray. I am commanding you to step up and be their voice. I see your coworker who is secretly weeping in her car before she walks into the office because her marriage is falling apart. I see your family member who is drowning in the dark pit of deep addiction. I see your neighbor who is paralyzed by a terrifying medical diagnosis. They are too weak to fight. I command you to fight for them on your knees. Your prayers are the powerful bridge between their deep pain and my divine healing. Understand the absolute, explosive power of the prayer of the righteous. When you open your mouth and pray for someone else, your words are not just empty air bouncing off the ceiling. Your prayers are highly effective weapons of spiritual warfare. Partner directly with my heart for the lost, the broken, and the entirely exhausted. When you choose to pray for someone who has deeply hurt you, you are aligning your heart with my eternal grace. Bring the heavy, messy burdens of the world directly to my feet. You cannot fix your addicted brother. You cannot cure your sick friend. But I can. I command you to stop carrying the crushing weight of their problems on your own fragile shoulders. Drop them at my feet. Let me do the heavy lifting that only I can do. Realize that the most intense, vicious battles of your life are not fought with angry words or physical force. They are fought in the quiet, secret place, on your knees. This is real spiritual warfare. When you intercede for your family, you are actively pushing back the dark forces of the enemy. You are tearing down strongholds of depression, poverty, and generational trauma in the spiritual realm. I command you to pray with fierce, bold authority. Do not pray weak, timid prayers. Decree my powerful promises over the lives of the people you love. Command the sickness to leave in my name. Command the anxiety to break its grip in my name. Your voice carries the exact same authority as my voice when you speak my word. Watch the massive, impossible walls of Jericho fall completely flat through your daily petitions. You look at the situation with your rebellious child, and it looks like a massive stone wall that will never come down. I am telling you today, keep marching around that wall. Keep praying for them every single morning. Keep speaking life over their future, even when they scream words of death at you. Your persistent, faithful intercession is actively weakening the foundation of that wall. One day, very soon, you will shout a prayer of pure victory, and you will watch that massive wall crumble into dust. Keep praying. Keep standing in the gap. I hear every single word you whisper in the dark. Connect yourself deeply to me, for I am the true vine, and you are the branch. Understand that the absolute root of all your daily strength is your direct connection to me. When a branch breaks off from the tree, it immediately begins to wither and die, no matter how strong it looked yesterday. You are walking around completely exhausted, emotionally drained, and spiritually dry because you have tried to survive disconnected from my presence. I command you to plug back into the main source of life today. Do not try to generate your own peace. Draw it directly from me. When you abide in me, my energy, my profound peace, and my limitless joy flow naturally right into your veins. You will stop striving and start simply receiving. Realize the staggering depth, the towering height, and the endless width of my deep affection for you. You are constantly trying to earn my love by being a perfect person. I command you to stop the exhausting performance. My love for you is not based on your perfect behavior, your bank account, or your daily achievements. I loved you before you took your very first breath, and I will love you long after you take your last. There is absolutely nothing you can do to make me love you more, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to make me love you less. Rest securely in the absolute assurance that you are deeply, unconditionally wanted by the Creator of the universe. Know with total certainty that nothing can ever separate you from my eternal, iron grip. You think your darkest mistakes have pushed me away. You think your long seasons of doubt have disqualified you from my grace. That is a heavy lie from the enemy. No financial ruin, no painful divorce, no harsh medical diagnosis, and no human failure can ever break the powerful bond between us. I am holding your hand right now. Even when you try to pull away in your anger or your shame, I simply tighten my grip. I will never let you go. Let that profound truth completely cast out every single trace of fear in your mind today. When you know you are perfectly in love, you have nothing left to fear. Experience the overwhelming joy of a tired heart that has finally found its true home in me. You have spent your entire life searching for a place to belong. You looked for a home in relationships, in your career, and in the approval of other people. But those things are temporary, and they will always leave you feeling empty. I am your permanent home. When you come to me, you can take off your heavy shoes, drop your heavy bags, and finally rest. You do not have to pretend to be strong here. You are completely safe in my arms. Abide in my love today. Let my perfect peace settle deep into your bones, and never wander away from my house again. Live with a sharp, clear eternal perspective every single day of your life. I see you getting completely wrapped up in the temporary, stressful details of your daily routine. You are losing your peace over traffic jams, minor arguments, and temporary financial setbacks. I command you to lift your eyes up from the dirt. Look at the eternal horizon. Do not spend your entire life building a massive empire of dust that the wind will eventually blow away. You are a citizen of heaven, temporarily assigned to this earth. When you view your daily struggles through the lens of eternity, the things that used to terrify you will suddenly seem incredibly small. Focus your precious energy on the things that will actually last forever, loving people, sharing my truth, and growing your faith. Keep your spiritual lamp totally trimmed and make sure your oil is full. Do not let the heavy, exhausting demands of this world put out the bright fire of your spirit. I command you to stay spiritually awake. The enemy wants you to fall into a deep sleep of comfort, complacency, and spiritual laziness. He wants you to forget that I am coming back. You must actively protect your daily time with me. Read my word to keep the fire burning. Pray without ceasing to keep the oil flowing. When the dark night of trouble suddenly falls on this earth, your bright lamp will be the only thing that guides your family safely through the storm. Be entirely ready for my call at any given moment. Feel the intense, burning urgency of the Great Commission in these final hours. Time is incredibly short, and there is a massive harvest waiting in the fields. I am not just asking pastors and missionaries to do my work. I am commanding you, your specific office, your neighborhood, and your own dinner table are your mission fields. Speak out loud about my goodness. Do not be ashamed of my name in front of your cynical friends. I want to find you actively doing my essential work when I finally call your name. I want to find you feeding the hungry, encouraging the broken, and boldly pointing the lost back to my house. Do not sit on the sidelines waiting for the end. Head toward. Look strictly toward the eastern horizon with massive hope and eager anticipation. The world is screaming that the end is going to be a terrible disaster. But for you, my child, is the grand, beautiful beginning. I command you not to live in fear of the future. The terrifying headlines on the news do not dictate your destiny. I do. When you see the world shaking, stand up straight and lift your head, because your ultimate rescue is extremely close. There is a beautiful, shining crown of righteousness waiting in heaven specifically for you. Stay faithful just a little bit longer. Keep running your race with massive endurance. The spectacular finish line is finally in sight. Take one final, deep breath right now. Let the heavy, stressful weight of the world fall completely off your tired shoulders. We have reached the wrap-up of this divine message, but this is not the end of our conversation. This is the grand, beautiful beginning of your entirely new life. I want every single word we have spoken today to sink down deep into the absolute core of your spirit. Do not just close this and walk away unchanged. I command you to carry this heavy, powerful truth with you into your kitchen, into your office, and into your darkest nights. I am personally confirming the strict seal of this divine order on your life right now. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are a victorious child of the Most High God. Receive the unbreakable promise of my constant presence until the very end of the age. When you step out of this quiet moment and walk back into the loud, chaotic world, I am walking right beside you. I will not stay behind in this room. I am going into your difficult meeting with you. I am getting into the car with you. I am sitting next to your hospital bed. I command you to never again say that you are completely alone. The Creator of the stars, the oceans, and the wind is your permanent, daily companion. I will never, ever leave you. I will never abandon you when things get difficult. My presence is your ultimate, guaranteed protection against every storm you will ever face. I am officially releasing you right now into the dark world as a blinding light bearer. Do not hide the incredible transformation that has happened inside your heart today. Go confidently into your hurting family and shine my radical peace. Go into your stressful workplace and demonstrate my supernatural patience. Let the people around you look at your life and completely marvel at the grace you carry. I assure you right now, what I have miraculously started inside you today, I will absolutely finish. You do not have to maintain the spiritual high by your own exhausting human strength. My spirit will continuously fuel you, correct you, and carry you all the way home. Enter now, right this very second, into the profound joy and the massive mandate of your Lord. I give you my absolute peace. I give you my divine authority. I give you my eternal love. Stand up on your feet. Lift your head high. Wipe the old, tired tears from your eyes. The chains of your past are permanently broken. The doors of your bright future are violently swinging open. Step forward with total, unshakable confidence. The battle has already been won. The enemy has already been defeated. A beautiful, eternal kingdom is yours. Go and live like it today. My child, as you step boldly into your brand new life as a victorious, blinding light bearer, I am officially calling you to ignite the very flames that will carry this explosive truth to the ends of the earth. Stand directly by my side right now and financially equip this ministry to reap the massive, final harvest of broken souls waiting desperately in the fields. Your bold sacrifice is the crucial catalyst that actively transforms my spoken words into a global, unstoppable rescue operation. I am the God who supplies seed to the sower, and I violently declare that I will aggressively multiply the seed you sow today, massively increasing the harvest of your righteousness. Do not walk away from this sacred, burning altar without permanently sealing your commitment to my rapidly expanding kingdom. I command you to take your ultimate action right away. Release your powerful seed through Super Thanks. Become a member, or click the PayPal link in the description to give now. My precious child, the door to your magnificent future is violently swinging open, but you must be the one to step through it right now. I have given you an ultimate divine order today, and your immediate obedience is the absolute master key that unlocks your miracle. Do not let this sacred moment pass you by. Seal your profound commitment to me today by boldly declaring in the comments below, I am stepping into my sudden change right away. As you type those powerful words, visualize every heavy chain of delay instantly shattering to the ground. Move forward with fierce faith, knowing that I am already orchestrating the impossible on your behalf. Amen.